Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. How's everyone doing
Hey,
out
Dr.
there?
Soundout.
Am I Dr. Soundout now? Have I been promoted?
Well,
Or
you
did
said,
you
Hello, everybody." So, I mean, Dr. Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Dr. San. Yeah. Or did sound regenerate again?
I might have. I
Wait,
mean,
does it
I'm wearing a Trafalgar Law T-shirt, and he's a doctor, so not certified, but he is one. So close enough.
Uh, kind of, Doctor.
Kind of doctor. Do you want to tell
does
him
he
he's not a doctor? I'm sure he'll have very interesting conversations about where your
does he
body
does
parts ended up.
does he play one on TV?
Technically. Anyways, we have a crazy show today. Like everybody was dropping trailers last week. Everybody was putting out news. Bunch of toy news. Like
Yeah, Toy Fair's when's this month? Near the end or the middle
it's
of the
like
month?
it's Valentine's Day. It's February 14th.
All right, so very
But we
so
had
better keep it up.
Nuremberg and London and like one other toy fair. Like all the
Yep.
European ones were happening like this past week. So we have a lot to talk about. Also, the Grammys were last night, which I didn't watch them because I was like, first of all, I was like, I don't know that many artists that are up for nominations, and then I just kept like
Same.
reacting to tweets, and I was like, oh, Lady Gaga won, oh, Bad Bunny won, oh, Sabrina Carpenter didn't win, but she had a great performance. So I was like, wow, I'm actually more tuned in than I thought. Like John Baptiste won for an album, like, oh, I listened to that, that was good. So I was like, actually, like, apparently I pay attention more than I thought. But I also thought Bad Bunny's speech when he won Album of the Year was pretty great. So I was pretty happy about that. Sabrina Carpenter, though, gets to say that she didn't win any Grammys, but she's the only one that's going to go hang out with the Muppets later this week.
Yeah, but
So
she's the only one. She's the only one of the Muppets, so she wins by default.
she wins by default. Which, by the way, everybody, in case you're wondering, why am I talking about the Muppets coming this week? They've been doing a ton of advertising. I give Disney credit for this. They did a full red carpet for it. They've been doing press junket interviews with Kermit and Miss Piggy. I'm actually like pretty impressed. They're actually really giving this a fair shot. On Wednesday, on Disney Plus and on ABC at 9 p.m. Eastern is the Muppet Show pilot. Which here's some pictures from the premiere. They are trying the Muppet Show again. So if it goes well, they will get a series. So, as I have been saying for weeks, if you love the Muppets, tune in as many
Support
times
the
as you
Muppets.
can.
Support the Muppets.
So, it's going to be I think it's going to be dropping out 3 a.m. Eastern on Disney Plus, and then it'll be airing on ABC that night. So, watch it if you love the Muppets. I'm going to be watching. I'll probably be watching it multiple times on Wednesday. Because the thing is that the crazy part, as I was seeing like reviews for it, and like a bunch of the reviews were like, "This is the funniest thing I've watched in a long time," and I'm like, "Okay, so it's really good as well. That's even better." It's getting really good praise, so I'm very excited about it, and it'll be a good time. So
We need. You know what kind of gimmick account we need? We need a gimmick account of perfectly aged Muppet moments because there's just not the Muppets predict so many things that happens in the future.
it's true. We do need to
My
have like moments like that. So
nothing will beat until we make Tom Hanks makes Toy Story 4.
yeah,
Or the wonderfulness is it was the Star Wars episode where he had the Muppets,
yep.
Luke, and then the Disney castle behind them. It's like they predict they will all be owned by the mouse.
Exactly. So on that though, yeah, see, Corey Robinson, I'll check it out even though I know jack squat about it. That's the spirit. Go
You don't
enjoy the
need to know.
Muppets. You don't need to know
You don't need
anything.
to know.
It's a new start.
You
It's
know,
a fresh start.
it's I mean, the Muppets' whole thing is they're funny puppets, and that's it.
Yep. And from the trailer, it's going to be a little edgy, which I'm looking forward to because I think because the Muppets don't need to be kid appeal because that's what Sesame Street is for. The Muppets are supposed to be like family entertainment, so it's a little bit edgy. There's a great edgy joke in the trailer, but I'm very looking forward to it. So yeah, check it out. If you know the Muppets, watch it. If you don't know the Muppets, watch it. It's like a 1 hour special. Watch it. You will not regret it. That is my guarantee. Also, normally it's the first stream of the week and I would gift memberships, but I am still backlogged on shoutouts from the wonderful gift we got. So because for those that aren't aware, we had a channel member get 50 memberships recently, which is why I've had to start rotating. I have a whole like color-coded document so I can rotate through the shout-outs in batches of 10, so that way we can go through it. So I'm going to wait a week to do the membership gifting, so that way we can kind of be a little bit further ahead on the shout-outs. So that will be next week. And on that point, also happy Black History Month. It still is dumb that Black History Month is the shortest month of the year.
Yep.
There's an evergreen Proud Family clip about that, and and I'll never forget it, because the first time I realized that yes, Black History Month is the shortest month of the year, which is kind of ridiculous. But that is on that. Let's see. So Jamie's World's going to send 5 memberships. Thank you, Jamie's World.
Well, thank you. John Shoutman7256, Jack Aham Brick 3179, Kosutave Koramdu, and World of Wonder 99, and 8-Bit Latin Gamer has gotten memberships. Thank you, Jamie's World.
Thank you, Jamie's World. That helps the channel so much. You guys have no idea. Like, what is it? I was looking over my January revenue because of the membership gifting and the people who have been subscribed as members and everybody watching stuff. I survived January. I lived. Speaking of living, in a surprise twist of fate, we've been talking about the rundown viewership not being solid. Hello, Transformers. You get to live. You get to live.
I'm surprised. I wonder if the reason why the Transformers one did very well, because no one has done like a big Age of Prime Year 1 video yet. Maybe that's why.
I guess. The thing that is, I gotta say, it flopped out the gate. It flopped hard out the gate. And I looked at the numbers and I was like, it did worse than Marvel. And then Saturday, it still wasn't doing that amazing, but sometime between Saturday and Sunday, I checked it again on Sunday, and it like doubled in viewership, and it just like shot up, and I was like, oh. I don't know what happened, but that's amazing.
I wonder.
Very happy about that.
I wonder if certain reveals over the weekend caused that.
Maybe it helped that they revealed the last 2 primes 20 minutes after this video went up. I don't know. I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to say we'll do another one next year. Like this definitely saved it. This because like my usual viewership goal is to get over 1,000 in 72 hours. That's a sign that like the core audience has shown up and people have shown up, and it's propelling and it's on a good path. Because if it gets over 1,000 within 72 hours, it's going to keep going and it'll continue to do well. Whereas if it doesn't, like Marvel, which is still not there after 2 weeks, then it's like, okay, that's just not gonna do super well. So Marvel probably be like a shorts compilation next year. I think we talked about with like no new additional stuff. But Transformers, I will do the same format again. Also, because the way I did this format ended up being significantly less work.
I actually really did like the new format there.
Yeah,
video.
It was a lot more fun to actually put together as well, because when I do it wave by wave, it feels checklisty. Whereas here I was like, ooh, what order should I put these in? And I kind of was like, oh, let me group these together and put these back to back. And that made it a lot more fun for me to make. And also just doing like one shot per mode made it a lot better to edit together instead of trying to do like multiple things.
Also maybe because Transformers are a lot more unique compared to Marvel Legends, but I feel like I got more of your opinion on each figure in the Transformers rundown versus the Marvel rundown.
I'll tell you why. There was only 106 releases versus Marvel's 135, so I could spend more time per figure. With Marvel, I had to keep kind of clipping through them real fast because otherwise the video would be too long. Whereas with Transformers, I could spend a little bit more time on each figure because basically it was also like I didn't buy any of the Bayverse stuff, so I knew that would be super quick to go by. So I could spend more time talking about the primes, and also because the primes are just more interesting than literally every Marvel Legends figure.
Yeah, because again, Marvel Legends, when they're good, but at the end of the day, there are kind of basic action figures. Basic action figures. So like there isn't much to disguise besides it looks good. It poses either good or bad, and that stuff.
And then here it's like also it helped Onyx Prime had 4 modes, but also I could go into like how I like Onyx Prime, but like I had the QC issues And then I also
like,
felt like a couple of his alternate modes didn't quite work out, but I'm glad they tried.
yeah.
Yeah. And so yeah, I think that
Oh,
this format's
I think also,
working out for this pretty good.
I also like the kind of sort of running gag of the random the trailer trucks of the combiners.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's like here's a Longo and this random trailer trunk he doesn't have or something like that.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, every dump truck has a trailer. And I did have fun just to be like, here's a group shot. It's like time to combine them. I just chunk. Like here's all the extra stuff we gotta add. I will do that with Lio Kaiser as well. So I think this was actually good, and I'm
depends on the QC on that because I feel like
God, that's true.
it might shatter to millions of pieces. If
Oh my
QC
god,
does
I'm not looking forward to reviewing Lio Kaiser because that Omega Prime video was painful to have to do. But I think this was great. Reception and comments was fantastic, which I always appreciate, as well as in the chat here too. And then also, like I think the overall format was just more interesting. So
how's that $1,000 Conan epic?
oh my god, that was a fun video to put together as well. This was this did well too, and I'm glad. The most expensive Marvel Epic Collections, that was just me going on eBay, blind looking and seeing what was the most expensive, like $1,000 Conan Epic. I love that it was like you can get one Conan volume or all of the X-Men. It was fun. That was an easy video to put together. I think that took me like 90 minutes from start to finish, which is a lot less time than my usual video formats. Usually takes me like 4 or 5 hours. So
I'm at least grateful that most of the expensive stuff I saw there were mostly bundles, which
yes,
makes sort of sense at the very least.
If I do this with omnibuses, I think we're all gonna have mental breakdowns.
I can't wait for that video.
I think I'm gonna do that as a follow-up. When I need an easy like toss-in video, that's the kind of thing I'm wanting to do. TJ Omega definitely inspired us. I did give him credit in the video because he did it with Transformers, and I was like, should just use that same format. It just helps.
You should do that for Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends as a see if that works or not.
That would be fun. Because the thing with you look at like it's kind of like with movie making. I don't want to say that like I make videos like I make like movies are made, but I think kind of like my film background puts me in that mentality sometimes, where it's like, I'll look at something and be like, all right, this video, like, the rundowns, I put a lot of work into because they used to perform really well. And that's why it was really disappointing when it was like, all right, I put all these hours into it and it didn't do super well, which is why I'm super glad the Transformers one worked out. But what I'll do is I'll look at a topic and go like, okay, I think this will do this performance and viewership. So I will commit this amount of time to making it. And so, when a video doesn't take that much time to put together, but it does super well in views, that's like, it's a mental tax relief, but also it just kind of helps the overall like, workflow process. Cause I'm like, okay, good. That's a topic that'll work. And then I can just kind of run with it. So basically what I'm saying is that like, it's nice when the heavy effort videos do well. Just like it's nice when a big budget movie does well.
Or says, you're gonna make the rundown. That will make all rundowns look like pieces of shit.
Yeah. You're like, I'll make a rundown where no one ever want to make one again. But basically, like the Transformers rundown doing well makes me very happy because now I can do it again, and it's infinitely more interesting to make for me doing like how I did here, where it was like, here's all the primes, here's all the combiners, because then I feel like we're talking about groups of figures less so than like how they were released, and then I can just put the information on the screen, which I think makes it work pretty good. Common Jojo asked, did we watch Iron Lung? I didn't, because that's not my kind of movie. I didn't make shorts last week. I just forgot that I hadn't. All right.
I would have gone and watched it. The problem is, I hate driving in snow, and the snow hasn't melted in my area.
Yeah.
So I want to see it, but like it might not be for a while, unless the snow melts faster.
I will say all credit to like to Markiplier for getting that movie released, and distributing it himself, because that's incredibly hard to do, and for it to be successful shows. I think also it shows like how strong his audience is as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy it was successful. Muteki said, "Did you watch Melania?" And hell no. Hell no, I didn't watch Melania. For two
What's
reasons.
Mel-
First of all, it's Melania. Second of all, it was directed by Brett Ratner, and I've already talked about how much I despise Brett Ratner on this channel.
Okay, okay. I was
A
like,
lot
what's?
of people
I
despise
was like,
that.
what's Melania? I was like, what's Melania? Then you sit right,
It's
right.
a documentary about the current First Lady of the United States.
Okay. I did hear about. I think I heard about that when
I kept getting
people talk about
YouTube ads
Iron Lung.
for it. I'm just like, I don't know what disgusts me more, the fact they made a movie about Melania or the fact it's directed by Brett Ratner. It's a good toss-up. I don't know. What has Melania even done? Good question. I don't think the documentary will tell you anything. Hellfire says, "Do you see Iron Lungs Roof box office reporting despite being nearly #1 on some of the box office tracking? It was removed, and apparently that's a glitch because there was no studio distributing it. Whereas, others have studio backings, but Markiplier's Iron Lung definitely was #2 movie, and all the big things, all the big sites reported as such, which is great. Let's see. MJ Klein says, "Ever watch Megan 2.0? Yes, I saw it in theaters. I liked it.
I enjoyed that movie.
It
I
was
understand I understand why some people don't like it, but like, I don't know, it's kind of like I like the tone of that movie.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like my kind of movie for me. It's like I like that a lot.
Oh, you know what I did do? Because I did go to the movies this weekend. I went and saw the new Jason Statham movie. Because I'm like, yeah, it's a January movie with Jason Statham. I know what this will be like. And then I was surprised. It was like actually pretty good.
I heard Sam Raimi was a new movie, which I didn't realize.
Sam Raimi's new movie was also pretty good, I heard too.
Yeah.
I was also
Was
another
it
one where I
also-
looked at it and I was like, not me.
Was that also independent? From what I
No, it
understand?
was Disney Fox.
Oh, okay. I thought that was. I think he funded that film, but like it was
Yeah.
distributed by
Still distributed by Disney Fox. I think they want to keep him in their circle. They're like, ooh, he's good. It was Send Help was the Sam Raimi movie. So, but yeah, God, what was the Jason Statham movie called? Shelter. Kind of forgot. I kept calling it Jason Statham 2026.
Make it feel like a reboot of a previous.
I mean, he basically, like, almost every one of his movies he does is like basically like the same movie. It's like, here he is, and he's like an like secret agent, special forces military guy who's hiding out, but then he gets discovered and he's got to fight back against these guys. And that's like most of his movies. But the thing is, like, it's fine to be good at one thing if you're really good at that one thing. And he's really good at that one thing. But I also thought like it had a little bit more of an emotional core than some of his other ones. And the score was incredible. It was like, a lot of movie scores will drop out at times. So like basically like the score would never let you have a moment of peace. It was always just like haunting and just kind of like holding tension during quiet moments, where like some movies would kind of like let you go and like, they're safe now, and then surprise, they're not. But like this movie was just like, the score was just like, hey, they ain't safe until this is over. I kind of like that. It was really cool. Like the score was like a character in and of itself. So yeah, it was pretty good. It's not necessarily like, go see it in theaters masterpiece by any means, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. I'm going to the movies again soon. What's in a couple weeks?
Oh, what was it? What are you watching next?
Well, Super Bowl's next, which, by the way, I don't care about the Super Bowl as a game. I'm just there to watch Bad Bunny. I want to see his halftime show.
I think most people who are not into sports still watch the Super Bowl just for trailers alone.
Trailers, commercials, Bad Bunny halftime show. Green Day's doing the pre-show as well. I like Green Day. So yeah, I think after that, let me go. Actually, I have my notes here about what movie's coming up next. There's February's weird because there's actually movies I want to see, which usually I skip out on February. But this year, I don't know. I don't know if things are more spaced out this year or if I'm just crazy. Maybe it's not. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I had a double movie situation. So there's a movie called Crime 101 with Chris Hemsworth and Halle Berry and Mark Ruffalo, which looks pretty fun. So like that one's coming out, but it's coming out the same weekend as Goat, which is like about a goat playing basketball with like much larger animals. So we decided as a group we'll see Goat in a couple weeks after that, but we'll go see Crime 101 because like Goat has a tendency. I think anime movies tend to stay in theaters longer.
Yeah.
And since it's a Sony movie, we're like it'll hit Netflix in case for some reason it vanishes. because
Yeah.
on February 22nd is Elvis in concert in IMAX, which is never before released footage of Elvis's Vegas residency that Baz Luhrmann found while he was working on the biopic, and they've mastered it for IMAX visuals and sound, and I think that's probably the best way to ever watch Elvis perform now that he's, dead, is probably on an IMAX screen, so, like, I'm actually really looking forward to that. And then March is kind of packed, too.
What's in March? Because
we got Hoppers, which is the new Pixar movie, which
Oh, wait, okay.
actually looks good. I've kind of been digging into that. There's The
really
Bride. Maggie
really hope
Gyllenhaal directed this movie called The Bride, which basically looks like The Bride of Frankenstein by way of Bonnie
Oh
and Clyde.
yeah. Oh yeah, I think I saw a trailer. They were talking about that trailer. I saw that. It
Yeah.
looks interesting. It looks crazy.
I'm very into that. Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze is getting an anniversary re-release in March as well. And I will try to salvage Ryan Gosling's career by seeing Project Hail Mary.
Hopper, I hope it's good because I know that one got like Pixar, like Disney mandated to hell from what I heard from the behind the scenes. So I really hope it's not another Elio scenario again.
I think the only thing they had an issue with was the divorce. They had to cut reference to a divorce.
I think there was also because I heard there was some kind of like I heard they had to cut some of the environmental messages they wanted to have with that film apparently or something like that.
Yeah.
I heard.
Hey, it's got this insane premise where basically like this girl gets inside a robot. Like, is it a beaver? It's a beaver, right?
Yeah, it's like a beaver. Yeah.
She gets in a robot beaver, and then she's like trying to help balance the animal kingdom and the human kingdom, and the animals are like, "Oh, we could just kill all the humans." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a good premise. That sounds insane."
I'm really hoping that one's good because I want to see another Pixar movie. Pixar movie get neutered.
I don't know why it's called Hoppers though. Pixar needs a new naming department because like they keep giving these names that don't mean anything, or they mean something very specific.
I mean, I feel like if Hoppers fail, they have that goddamn Toy Story 5 as a backup.
I think that's why they're coming back to back, right? It's like, oh, if the original film doesn't do well, the Toy Story will make up our losses.
Are you gonna watch Toy Story 5? I'm curious.
I don't want to.
Yeah, same. Because I want. I recently rewatched the Toy Story trilogy. Like, such an amazing, perfect trilogy. I did not like 4. I really do not want 5 to exist.
I will go see 5 if they reveal that Woody isn't Woody and they just bought another Woody toy and he acts kind of like Woody but he doesn't remember anything, because I think that'd be way more interesting than Woody finds his way back.
So, it's pretty much like have what usually they do to Buzz Woody design. If that's the case, then I think I would have. Yeah, I think I would be interested.
If they say there's something like that in the movie, I'll be like, okay, I'll give you a shot, because like I want something interesting. I don't want to just.
So the idea of somehow Bonnie's family found a spare Woody doll easily versus it would be really funny because Al like rip his hair out to go find a Woody doll.
I was gonna say, here's my thought: vintage reissue.
Yeah.
Comment on all the vintage reissues we get nowadays in the toy market.
That'd be cool. Honestly, if they did that, that'd be more interesting.
8-Bit Latin Gamer said, "Is Ultraman New Generation starts a new series just to recap previous Ultras? Recap the previous Ultra series.
Recap with some new footage.
Like 30 seconds of new footage an episode.
Yeah.
It's not much. All right, let's get to the news because... Oh, no, let's get to the reviews because we got a lot of news. So, Wonder Man came out. They dropped all 8 episodes at once, which I think was kind of a smart move because it does take a couple episodes to get really rolling. I think it wouldn't have lasted a weekly release schedule, discussion-wise. But I think top-line thoughts, this is the best Marvel Disney Plus show.
Yeah, no, honestly, like...
I mean, I don't even think it's a competition. I feel like it just knocked it out of the park.
I haven't seen I've seen a lot of other MCU shows of like the pre-Disney Plus eras, but like honestly, even then,
I've watched all those shows except for Cloak and Dagger and Runaways, and I still think this is the best one.
Yeah, because God, this it's not like I was expecting anything. Like I was definitely interested, but like man,
as one of the 5 Wonder Man fans in the world, I was hoping they would do something cool with this. But ultimately, what they've done is they've taken a character who basically is kind of boring, and
made like the most interesting, interesting, so much depth, so much like heart in like. I think that's what I love about Wonder Man.
And making a really great like character focused story, right?
Mm-hmm. Because the one thing I would say about Wonder Man is don't expect this to be like the Studio 2. Well, that's the series I'm thinking of, right? The studio where it talks about
Yeah.
Hollywood, right? No,
It's
it's not
basically
that.
it's funny because it's like the studio is looking at Hollywood through the perspective of executives, whereas Wonder Man is looking at Hollywood from the perspective of actors.
Yeah, but it's less about how the film industry is, more just the journey of a man who wants to be in the industry, but so many things keep pulling him down, and I think that's
Including
what carry.
himself and his own
Yeah,
insecurities, which is really,
yeah,
really good character
like
work.
yeah, like we're not gonna get too much. We're not gonna go to spoilers. 'Cause I think we do want you to watch the show because it's legitimately fantastic. But like one of my favorite things about the show is they don't make Simon a perfect guy. Like he actually does have big flaws that like people mention to him, and not like some, yeah, of course, are dicks to him, but some are legitimately like, you need to get better at this because it is a problem, and you see it throughout. And I'm really glad to see that because I feel like a lot of shows kind of like they'll have flaws in the main character, but not like a big flaw like Simon has in this film, in this
Hmm.
series. Like does get in the way of his journey to be an actor, and so I really appreciate a
Yeah, I think
lot.
it's hard to talk about it like in depth because a lot of the great stuff is
It's a
spoilers.
very, it's, a, it's also a very character show. Like
Yeah,
it's a like also, it's not a superhero show. It's not at all a
it's not.
superhero
Yeah, it's not a
show.
superhero show. It's a show about actors, and
It's just Simon has powers, but that's about it.
yeah,
There's the stories around him having his powers, but not like him being a superhero. Don't expect this to be like an action fact, like
there is still action
superhero
though.
series.
I think there's still some action, but I think that's why they dropped it all at once because it's not a huge
Master Band,
action driven show.
Master Band, Cloak and Dagger's not the one that is lost. It's the Runaways that was removed from Disney.
Runaways is on the CW Seed streaming app though, so
Okay, so it's not
technically it's
fully the
not even
lost
lost
thing.
either.
Yeah, but Cloak and Dagger's on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Also, even if Cloak and Dagger and Runaways immediately vanished off of all the official streaming services, yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out there. They're not like they're not lost, luckily. But this show is great, and also it canonized Cloak and Dagger. I'll just say that. I won't tell you how, but it canonized the Cloak and Dagger show. So congratulations to Cloak and Dagger. You can now say you are MCU canon, which was
I
an
mean,
intentional production decision by Marvel. So
I think one of the best things about the show to me is Trevor. They took a character that was mostly comic relief, especially in Shang-Chi, and turned him into like honestly one of the most endearing, heartfelt characters in the whole MCU.
mm.
Like I was not expecting to fell in love with the character Trevor. Like I liked him. I thought he was funny, especially in Shang-Chi. But like I legitimately like care so much about the guy now. Like Ben Kingsley, and
There's a reason he
Amon
is Sir Ben Kingsley, right?
Kingsley, and I mean also like is it Amanda Ali is the Wonder Man's Simon's actor? I forget the.
Yahya Abdul Mateen the
Yeah,
second.
yeah, 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 the second. There you go. Yeah, he did such a fantastic job as
Yeah.
Simon.
Also,
Like,
speaking of Black History Month, this is the first MCU project where a black character debuted in their own solo project.
oh yeah, because Black Panther was in Civil War.
Luke Cage showed up in Jessica Jones.
Sam was in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Um,
It's actually the
yeah,
first time they debuted a black character in their solo project.
yep, which is nice.
Yes.
Legitimately.
But yeah, Trevor Slattery is a character that, started as this like fake out of like being the fake Mandarin in Iron Man 3. And then he was kind of developed a little bit in the Shang-Chi movie. And then now he's just been given like a full character range that's like, yeah, this is why you got, Sir Ben Kingsley to play this character. And I think it's
Oh,
just this show's great. I don't know how else to say it. It's just
no,
fantastic.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but what Harry Gax is like, if I was British, I would have been knighted by now.
Yeah. If I was British, I would have been knighted by now, and a hard cut straight at Ben Kingsley's face.
Yep.
Also, one of my favorite parts about this is that it has my favorite thing in TV and movies, which is you have a show that takes place in Hollywood, and you have Hollywood talent play themselves. There's people in this that aren't playing characters; they're just playing themselves in a fictionalized version, which I think is great. Master Ben says, "How did they handle Grim Reaper? Incredibly well. Like I look at him, I'm like, yep, you're the same character from the comics. And just there's some changes, but like the spirit. I think that's the best thing. It's an adaptation where they don't do anything 1-to-1 from the comics, which is fine because again, one of 5 Wonder Man fans, but if the character's insanely boring and tacky. The thing is that like they take all of the spirit of the characters more so than having him be like a 1-to-1 translation of the comic, and I think the spirit carrying into an adaptation is more important than just recreating events because the
Yeah, no,
spirit I
'cause
think is the important part.
and I think especially with a character like Wonder Man, whose history is messy. Like, don't
Yes.
expect there's no Zemo. Like, he was a former villain that got radiated, pumped by Zemo or anything like that. No.
Yeah, there's no
Simon Road-
WandaVision love triangle. There's no friendship with the war terrorist known as Beast. Oh, he still became a friend with the terrorist though.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he did.
I didn't even realize. It's just Trevor instead of Beast.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a show, and it's a show too that like if it never gets a season 2, we had a perfect ending. But if it does get a season 2, there's places to go, and I think I think that's a fantastic thing. I don't like when shows leave it too open ended, and this isn't one of those. Kind of reminded me of Agatha's ending a little bit. Agatha's ending is more of a cliffhanger, where I'm like, okay, so what's next? Whereas this one's like, I would love to see what's next, but if we never see them again, this was a great ending, and that's my favorite thing to do in TV right now.
I don't usually do sequels, but maybe.
Yeah. There's so many conversations too that like as somebody that worked in film, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's the business right there. I find shows like this in the studio to be very cozy because I'm like, yeah, that's the insanity of that business.
Honestly, yeah, like I think that's a perfect description. Like this show is so cozy, like because it's pretty much a slice of life like comedy drama, right? Practically.
Plus,
Where
the
it's where,
episodes are like a half hour a piece, so you never feel like anything overstays its welcome.
yeah, it was like the most easiest binge series I had in a while. It's like
Yeah.
me and my partner just binge through the 8 episodes in 2 days. It was like really nice. Episode 4, not gonna say anything, but such a good probably
Brilliant.
brilliant episode. I'm not sure it's my favorite because I really do love the whole show, but like episode 4 really goes. It's such a unique episode.
I forgot who
And,
said
like,
it. I
goes-
saw somebody say episode 4 is what the MCU Disney Plus shows should have been the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think there's not much else we can say without spoilers. So I just highly recommend it across the board. It's like my third favorite MCU thing now, after Werewolf by Night and Fantastic Four. Like this is now
I need
completing the
that-
Holy
wait,
Trinity.
We need Daniel Cretton to work on more Marvel stuff, man.
Daniel
like,
Dustin
seeing
Cretton
this-
needs to work on everything now.
I was looking forward to Brand New Day because of Shang-Chi, but now seeing this, like, oh man, I can see him doing Spider-Man good.
Not to
Good.
mention he got Jackie Chan and his stunt team to do the choreography for Spider-Man.
Oh man, again,
I didn't know Jackie Chan came to set for Spider-Man. I knew his stunt team was there, but like I saw a picture today that Jackie Chan was on set for Spider-Man, and I'm like, oh my god, the Spider-Man movie's got potential to be generational. Like,
I want him. Episode 5, after episode 5, I want him to work on a Heroes for Hire series so much. I think he can make a perfect. This team can make a perfect Heroes for Hire series so much.
Also in shout out for good shows, but I can't say any things because spoilers. This week's Starfleet Academy episode made me cry. It was so good. I loved it. I just wanted to shout out Starfleet Academy. I'm enjoying that show so much.
Funny enough, I did saw like people go like, man, I did saw like someone say, man, this like Wonder Man and Starfleet Academy the same week was a good week of television. I literally saw
Dude,
that.
I watched the last 2 episodes of Wonder Man and then rolled straight into Starfleet Academy, and it was like the greatest like 2.5 hours I have had of television in a long time. I was just like, oh, I couldn't get over was like how good it was. Like Starfleet Academy was like one of those things where, I've been enjoying it, but like episode 4 was like, like it was just breathtaking.
Is this a scenario where it's like, God, why are you on Paramount? Is this there
yes.
you go, like, God, why
I wish
are you
it was on
Paramount?
Netflix because like I want to tell everybody to watch the show. Because some of the, I think it's like every show has rough edges, right? But I felt like they smoothed out their rough edges a little bit by episode 4. But episode 4 also just tells this incredible story. It's a Klingon episode, which Klingon episodes historically have been pretty great, but this is like Klingon episode with layers upon layers upon layers, and I'm impressed too because it had to hinge around the show's Klingon character, who was played by I think a first time actor. I checked his like filmography. I don't think he's been in much. It's like his first like major role in something. but he nailed it. He was incredible. So, I think that's pretty much it.
Do
So
you just go? Do you just go? I hate you, Ellison's. Why do you have to be so awful? I want to
I
recommend the
know,
show.
like they better for all the crap they're doing, they better give me a season 3 of Academy. I'm like, this is now an exchange situation. Like you want to get money from Paramount Plus, you got to keep renewing Starfleet Academy.
I mean, they're ending on what Steve Bear's thing.
Yeah, I mean, because we got 2 seasons of Academy confirmed, and so I'm like, more because Colbert's ending. But it's funny, Colbert's in Starfleet Academy. He plays the school's intercom. So
Really?
every once in a while, you just hear him talking, which I think is great. Mr. Yuki says, someone enjoying Starfleet Academy and the parts that don't feel more acceptable because they're cadets. I think that's one of the biggest things that's been working for me is because sometimes when you're watching Discovery or Strange New Worlds, it's like, okay, you're in your 30s. Why are you acting like this? And it's, obviously it's so there can be drama. It's yeah, drama. But when it's Starfleet Academy cadets and they're late teens, early 20s and they're acting like that, I'm like, okay, yeah, you're cadets, you're young, you're gonna get over this. And so I think it kind of works itself out a little bit, and I think the drama doesn't feel so forced.
I always get annoyed when people apply adult logic to characters that are still young and
Right.
learning and stuff like that. It was getting really annoying where it's like, how come they didn't do this? I would have not done that. Yeah, you're a guy in their mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
These guys are 15, 16. They're hormonal teenagers. They're not
my favorite part is there's 2 characters that clearly are friends, but they just keep pretending that they hate each other. It's so petty. And I'm like, if these characters were in their 30s, this would look ridiculous. But the fact that they're early 20s makes it work. It works. And it's funny too, because they're and the thing is too, is funny is I look at the discourse sometimes online, which I know is a mistake, but I gotta see what people are talking about. And some of the comments will be kind of ridiculous. Be like, this character mispronounced this name. I'm like, did you forget this character is a hologram that was turned on 4 months ago? She probably never heard that word out loud. She doesn't know. It's a character. It's a character tick. If everybody was mispronouncing a word, that would be one thing. But it's her mispronouncing the word. She's only been alive 4 months. I don't think she knows.
Also, to be honest, I feel like that's more realistic.
It is. I do it all the time. As everybody calls me out in my comments section all the time, I mispronounce words constantly because I've only read them.
Yep.
So it's yeah, I get it. But anyways, I am excited. Also, I heard this week's Starfleet Academy has DS9 callbacks and was co-written by Tawny Newsome, who was on Lower Decks. And I'm like, yes, please. Can't wait. All right, let's get to the news, because I could sit here and yap about Academy without saying anything.
So the main theme of today's show is Mattel does what Hasbro don't.
What Hasbro?
Hasbro.
But before we get to the toys, let's talk about some comic news. It's just a little. I just had a little comic news. First of all, you know how we can just predict Marvel sometimes? We're like, maybe this whole ending the Ultimate Universe was a marketing scheme. Well, there's this teaser that the Ultimate Universe legacy will live on in Reborn Ultimate Impact starting in May.
So, are you gonna give Peach Molko and crew back their comics? Then?
Right.
You better have the apology letter for all the creatives that were.
I want the apology letter for wasting our damn time.
Yep, I know, right? I hate when it's we're stressing out, oh no, they're ending Delta Universe. It was my favorite thing ever. It panics. A few months later, we're bringing it back. Lol.
Yeah,
screw you. Screw you.
What did I say last week? Was it last week? Marvel editorial needs to be cleaned out. Completely new people need to come in because they clearly don't know what they're doing. Yeah,
this is totally not planned at all.
It was totally... not. I can definitely believe it wasn't planned. It just feels like a quick it's like when they made the X-Men Hellfire Gala Vigil one shot because Hellfire Gala blew up in Rivals, and they're like, oh crap, we ended Krakoa. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, your biggest game, one of your biggest game is getting more people into Marvel as Krakoa in it.
So yeah, it is. It is one of those things. Speaking of things from the House of Ideas, which is an ironic name now because they have no new ones. The new villain in the X-Men comics is Beast. We just did this during Krakoa. I want everyone to know Krakoa had...
I say, I feel like
Beast has been a war criminal basically since the Legacy virus in the 90s. And after Krakoa, they killed the evil Beast, and then they resurrected him as a new guy who was not evil because he didn't remember any of that because they pulled him from his old Avenger days when he was hanging out with Wonder Man. And it was like, okay, cool, we're not doing evil Beast again. 24 issues later, he's evil again.
It feels,
Maybe it'll be Dark Beast. Maybe it'll actually be Dark Beast this time.
It feels like the run X-Men ideas break evil Beast glass.
Yes.
They oobed Beast.
Yes, essentially.
Except Oob never turned back evil.
Also, they keep making Beast hot.
Yeah, it's funny too.
He can't just be a Beast. He has to be red.
Exactly. He looks like Sasquatch with the glasses.
Yeah, like the first thing when I saw the image wasn't, oh, evil Beast is back. I'm like, why is he so hot?
Yeah. I'm like, well, it worked for Paul.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
All right, let's move to entertainment news because it's much more interesting. All right.
I don't know why. Seeing Beast with the glasses. I may think of the scene from Sonic Boom of Knuckles going, like, putting on the glasses. Let me read this, putting glasses. Oh, yeah, I can't read.
Yeah. All right. Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the Sorcery of Nymph Cersei, whose theme song is SZA's Snooze, which SZA just won more Grammys, I think. The ending credits song from the movie will be Guns N' Roses' Sweet Child of Mine.
Yep.
Man, this movie has a weird ass.
And I saw the trailer with Sweet Child of Mine, and I'm like, man, this is weird.
This is not bizarre. It's funny because Sweet Child of Mine was a contemporary song when the novels came out.
Yeah.
Also, I can't help but think of Thor: Love and Thunder when I hear Sweet Child of Mine.
Yes,
How much
it wasn't just you. It wasn't just you. Me and Wheel saw it, and we were like, wait, was this? Is this just Love and Thunder? Like, yeah, it's just Love and Thunder.
Yeah. So yeah, what are we getting for the third one? Is Linkin Park actually going to do a Gundam song this time? Is Sabrina Carpenter going to do the opening?
I don't know. I just want to see a Gundam thing with the, in the end, it doesn't even matter. It'll be full like circle with the anime.
Oh man,
they could literally use that song as the ending to Hathaway 3. Oh, I just had this vision of like Sabrina Carpenter doing the theme song to Hathaway 3, and she's like dressed up as Gigi for the music video, and then just watching the internet explode because I think it'd be great.
The fact that could actually work.
It actually would work, and it's a possibility. It's not even like a weird pipe dream. Like that's an actual that could happen. Yeah, we still don't have any official word on international release yet outside Japan, but the movie, I believe, just came out in theaters this past weekend. So, it's out there. Soundtrack album comes out February 4th. And we'll see what happens, but I'm excited. I want to see this movie. It needs to get into IMAX.
Waiting too long. I'm here. I'm here where I'm like, I might as well finish this.
Yeah.
But they're here. I'm gonna watch them anyways. Like.
Exactly. All right. In movie news, the Kamen Rider anniversary movie that we were all taking guesses on and thought was Kabuto.
Remember last week we said it's not gonna be Agito last week. Literally, I think a few minutes later or the next day.
It was an hour after we finished streaming.
I was there. To see your reaction live. I was like, oh snap.
I was in a call with Psycho-O's and Wheels and Jerry, and Psycho-O's was like, oh, it's gonna be Kabuto. I can't wait. And I'm like, all right, it's probably gonna be Kabuto. And then he refreshed the page and Gills' face popped up, and I was like, what? It's Agito? And then my second thought was, it better not be a Gills movie, because Gills' actor has admitted to doing a lot of terrible things to women and should never work again. And he doesn't, because he's not in the movie. They're just using Gills' decaying costume as a plot point.
I guess, you think it's gonna be the case where Gil would just be suit only, and they have some replacement actor.
The fun part is that the official plot synopsis is that another impossible crime happens and someone is murdered when they're half frozen and half burned. And I'm like, oh, is that Gills? Are they killing him for the plot?
So it's gonna be the case of the mystery of who kills Gills.
I think that's what's gonna be, because the movie also isn't focusing on Agito, but focusing on Hikawa, who's G3 instead, which I think is awesome because he hasn't come back at all. Agito we've gotten back a few times, like in Decade and Geo and a couple movies, but we've never gotten G3 back, and so G3 is going to be the focus of this, which also explains why the woman from the G Unit randomly showed up in the recent Girls Remix special. Everyone's like, why is she here? And they were like, oh, she was filming something else in the Toei lot. It was this movie. So, this is exciting. And I'm really looking forward to it because I love Agito. Also, Agito has the highest ratings of any Kamen Rider show, which I didn't realize was the case until this tweet mentioned it, and I went and double-checked their work.
I mean, Agito, it's been a long while since I've seen Agito, but Agito's very open-ended. You can literally kind of just continue the plot from, like, whenever. Like,
Yeah.
because it's not like Kuga, where it kind of had a very definitive ending.
Kuga's ending's too good to mess with.
Yeah.
Agito's ending was a bit of a mess. So
I think also because also like the fact that Agito has come back, that like Agito has come back multiple times, that like Agito doesn't have, can't easily give me. It's not like it's not like Fives where that ending had to be retcon every time they want to bring back the Fives characters and such like that.
Exactly. The also good part is everybody's back except for Gills, which is good.
Good.
The best part about this though is it's releasing in Japan April 29, 2026, and overseas release info coming soon.
I get credit.
The trailer actually went up on the English Toei page, and it even says like there will be theatrical screenings worldwide.
I get credit.
Nice.
I literally get credit. Toei is actually trying. Like, it took them a bit. It took a very rocky start. But it feels like they now have things under control with their international releases.
Now there's just one thing they need to do.
Better
Get
marketing?
Agito released officially in English.
Oh yeah, that's not that should be
because the Toku HD version was not only terrible, it no longer exists.
Honshin.
Honshin is dead. Toku HD no longer has anything available. It's gone out of the public. Get this thing on Tokusatsu.
Toku HD was such the most like most illegal like
official release.
Official release, because very sad. Then the only reason they got their license because of backwater means.
Yes, they licensed it for Latin America and then released their stuff in North America and the US. Even though
it's like it got me some Chayo flashbacks here. All the
absolutely. Mutegi says, what about another Agito? He's in this as well. I don't know if it's just a flashback or if he's gonna just become the new Gills.
But probably the best for that in that case.
Probably. Speaking of shows, I did forget to mention I didn't watch the new Garo. Which
because didn't I have
they AI subbed it again. The first time I was like, okay, you don't have any money for this, all right. And then I watched it. I'm like, these subs are terrible. I can't watch a show like this.
It's the case of I think it's less. Oh, we want to use AI because AI. I think it's just a case of machine translated. We'll translate it later.
Yeah, they like. I think TFC's not a company that's got like a localization department in house. Yeah, and they also aren't going to pay for it. So it's like they're just using machine translation. That being said, it's not good and it's hard to follow the show, so I just didn't bother.
Yeah, it's gonna be the case where like whenever it does get like a release from like media blasters
at this point.
Yeah, I'll probably get like actual real subtitles, but like in this case, it's not like TFC supports AI or anything. I think it's literally just a case of we don't bother, just machine translated.
Yeah, they're not going to spend the money on it. And they're also if it was like on a paid service like Amazon Prime, I'd be very mad about it. But it's on a free service like YouTube, so it's like, Yeah,
it's literally the case where like it's literally the case of like it's like because since they never advertise it as like a big release like Toei, like Kamen Rider and Ultraman. Yeah, it really just a bonus practically. It's like
it's like all the other languages are done as just like they're just auto generate machine translated captions because they're not spending any money to promote it internationally.
Yeah, so like I'm not gonna
Twitter page like Kamen Rider does.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lose any sleep of Garo, the Garo subset being AI because it literally is just like a lazy. It's like it's just a lazy machine translation. Yep. We'll probably get proper translation eventually in years down the line.
Hey, fan subbers. Yeah, you don't have to work on Kamen Rider anymore.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm very excited about the Agito movie and can't wait to see more. Also, heard it's got a PG-12 rating, which has only ever gone to a couple Kamen Rider movies before, like the Fai's anniversary movie and Shin Kamen Rider. So, Grizzly violence.
Violence.
That's actually good for Agito because that's very true to its show. They were stuffing people into trees in the first episode. All right, let's. I don't know if I can. I want to switch tabs and see if YouTube immediately demonetizes me. I'm gonna find out.
Oh no.
Ghost in the Shell. Oh my god. All right, so I'm very excited. We've been talking about this for a little bit. The Ghost in the Shell, which is the new anime adaptation of the Ghost in the Shell manga that's promised to be
Wondering about
closer
this.
to the manga, being
Yeah.
done by Science Saru, will be premiering in July. And we have a trailer now, and it is gorgeous, as expected.
And one of my thing, because I actually saw it, but one of my favorite things is I think there was like a behind the scene. There was some kind of official like sketch small sheet art of Makoto released somewhere. I forget where it came from, but it does have her goofy expressions. And
Yes,
like,
it
oh,
does.
thank God! It's like, thank God, we're getting we're getting the gremlin. Like I said, I said they read I have the complete collection like from Gundam. I said they read it, but like
Well, you got till July.
yeah. And like, yeah, I said goes to show something I said you see, and like, and such. I probably because of what's the Standalone Complex is the original like OVA movie,
That's the
right?
TV series. Standalone Complex is the
Okay.
TV series. The original Ghost in the Shell movie is Mamoru Oshii's like reinterpretation of Ghost in the Shell that became the template that Standalone Complex kind of built itself
Is
off
that
of.
that's where the purple hair designs from, right? The purple hair, the pink
Purple hair is
layers
from
hard.
Standalone Complex. She had black hair in the original movies.
Okay. Like what do you recommend? Like, probably
I do recommend that
recommend?
original anime film. It is incredible.
Mm.
That is
I'm probably
like
gonna read.
it's
Yeah.
one of my
I'm
favorite
probably gonna read.
movies. So, but
I'm
read
probably
the
gonna read the
manga
manga.
first. Yeah.
Yeah, I got since I have it. Like I have it. Like I see it. Like I'm looking at it right
Like,
now. I'm
of
probably
the
gonna read
best
that
Ghost in the
first.
Shell stuff, I'd say it is the original anime film, and it's the 2 seasons of Standalone Complex. Everything else is just kind of a little wishy-washy.
Where's like Ryan
As-
saying, super
yep.
chat from Toma, $5. Have you heard about Gozuja versus Boom Boom movie coming out with the 3 anniversary guest stars? Sign out
yeah,
for like
that's
all
right.
3, so I'm excited.
Yes, the Boomuger Gojuger movie is going to have Gokai Red, Juo Eagle, and Boken Red, which I think is great, exciting.
I think I mean as the probably final Sentai versus movie. I think
Yeah.
I do like they look like they're going all out by bringing back
They
the 3
are.
anniversary guys.
Sakito has a mustache and a champion jacket, so I'm happy. That being said, as a film nerd, that trailer bothered the crap out of me because they had to add Kohaku in place of Maya, and they did not light her correctly in the green screen
Oh,
room, and
oh
she
dear.
is just looking like a sticker on those frames, and it bugging the crap out of me.
Is it like when they had to add Leo back into Forever Red?
Yeah, it's
Forever
like that
Red
where
and
he's clearly lit in a different lighting condition. Because it's like an outdoor shot, and you can tell she was lit in a studio. It's not like they tried to match the lighting. That's it bugs me. Like, because I'm a lighting guy. I used to work professionally in film lighting, so
speaking of that, I would say, man, like when one thing about Wonder Man I would say is, man, the show did look really nice.
oh, it's
Like it was
incredible.
like it was kind of nice to see a MCU project with like nice colors and not kind of wash it. Like it's
Mhm.
TV production, especially have nice colors again.
Very, very good lighting stuff. Common Joe said, didn't the guy who make the manga now doing weird stuff? Yeah, I think he has been for Ghost in the Shell. I don't know for sure though. I'm not gonna
Like
confirm
so,
it.
I'll tell you one thing. You should also watch Dominion Tank Police if you want to see
Oh yeah.
an earlier manga of his adapted more accurately.
Hmm. That's actually a
At
good
least in terms of
recommendation. Yeah, but like I said, define weird. Yeah, I don't remember. I do know that there was the original manga, like when it was first published, had a scene that was more provocative than later printings, and it was like a change actually done by the manga artist himself. He was like, "We should change this. I don't like this anymore." So, anyways, we don't know where this is airing outside of Japan. I believe it is airing on TV in Japan, though. I think, or
I
maybe
won't be
not.
surprised. I won't be surprised. Netflix and Science are have a pretty good relationship.
Yeah.
But we just said we didn't see and such.
Oh, Common Jojo said corn manga. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, look at Ghost in the Shell.
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's
yeah.
a lot of seasons.
This is not a surprising like direction for him to go down.
You want to know a quote he said once? For Ghost of Show one time, they just asked him. He just said, and I quote, "I don't want to draw any guy butts." That's why I drew so many ladies.
He's honest at the very least.
That's like Gona Guy's quote of like, "Why are there so many naked women in your projects?" Because I like drawing boobs. That's Gona Guy's answer, and I appreciate the honesty. Yeah, I don't think we actually know where it's airing. We got nothing because, as typical with the Japanese anime industry lately, it's like we're making a thing. When? Where? Here's when. Okay, but where?
I won't be surprised if I get one of those because I need not one of those like it's releases on like Crunchy, Netflix, and like all the streaming services, and probably get a same day dub. I honestly won't be surprised if this will get a same day dub.
Probably
like
will be because it's Bandai Namco and Kodansha, so those are the two production companies on it. So it's probably going to get released everywhere.
And it goes to show it's a big property that like I think it's
because the last Ghost in the Shell we got was a standalone complex sequel that was Netflix only, but that's because Netflix paid for it.
Yeah, and I won't be surprised. You're gonna be that like a same big release like Dan and such like that, or it's gonna be like Netflix exclusive. We'll just have to wait and see.
Exciting though. All right. Speaking of things coming back, Daredevil Born Again Season 2 dropped the hardest poster of all time. I just love that we got all the aura back. And we got a new trailer for Season 2, and surprisingly, this was a trailer that was shown at a Comic-Con, and instead of being locked in a vault and we never saw it again, they actually released it to the public.
Very Chip Zdarsky coded that poster. It reminds me a lot of the Chip Zdarsky stuff.
Oh, definitely. And the contents of the trailer also remind me a lot of the Charles Soule and Chip Zdarsky stuff. But the cool parts about the trailer, of course, Jessica Jones is back, which we knew, but it's great to see her in action because I absolutely love Jessica Jones in the MCU and could watch. I could watch infinite amounts of hours of her doing stuff. She's fantastic, and lots of cool stuff. There's a Foggy flashback, which is nice. It's nice to see him in his old hair. And there's some stuff with Bullseye that makes me scared because he's Bullseye and he terrifies me. But it's looking really good. It's looking really good. I'm hoping that if this is on the quality of the first and last 2 episodes of last season, we're gonna be in business. If we can keep that for a whole season, it should be pretty spectacular. But he's finally got the double Ds, guys. He's finally got the double Ds. Top surgery went well. I think that's about it, though. I don't know what else to say because what else is there to say? It looks good.
No, it looks I like my favorite colors.
Yes,
black and red.
He is wearing a black suit this season too, which I think is actually really nice.
Are we gonna get his armor? Are we gonna get the armor? When are we gonna get the 90s armor?
Please, never. This is already too armored for me for acrobatic character. I don't want more armor. But maybe they'll do it at some point. Maybe they will. He'll show up in an Avengers movie. He'll be wearing the armor. He's like, "Look, we're fighting aliens. I don't know what I was supposed to wear to this gig."
That was my favorite theme from Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's like, what's the big tree? The aliens? Was the aliens?
Magic aliens and wizards. No, it's aliens, wizards, and
aliens, robots, and wizards.
Aliens, robots, and wizards. Yep, big 3. All right. Going from one devil to another, the Devil Wears Prada 2's trailer has dropped. We've gotten the full version finally. They dropped it during the Grammys, which I thought was interesting because there's another trailer we're going to talk about in a minute that I thought would have dropped during the Grammys. But anyways,
can you remind me what's this again? Because I legitimately was confused. What's the note? What's the Devil Wears?
So the Devil Wears Prada is a great movie. If you've never seen it, you need to see it.
Okay, was this a movie that came out tonight?
20 years ago when you were youngin'.
Yeah, the original Devil Wears Prada. Okay. I thought Dark Claw was kidding.
No, think about it. Think about it, Jared. When the first one came out in like 2006. Think about how young Ryan was.
I was
forgot that movie was that old.
Yeah,
so I was 17. Okay, yeah, no.
Because I didn't recognize 2026. This is just it wasn't in my wheelhouse.
Part of me wanted the dichotomy, and part of me wanted to go from Daredevil to Devil Wears Prada because I thought that was fun.
I forgot it came out that long ago.
It's been that long, I know. I don't think I've seen it since it came out, to be honest. But it's iconic. I remember it. It is. So it's all about a fashion magazine. and the editor-in-chief of the fashion magazine, played by Meryl Streep, is this insane woman, and so that's why the title is The Devil Wears Prada, because Prada is a high fashion brand, and she's kind of the devil of this office. And Anne Hathaway is playing an assistant, and so she's like trying to like get her way in to be like in the company. And it's great. There's like snappy one-liners. There's great back and forth dialogue. You got Stanley Tucci, who was one of his like I think it was one of the first roles a lot of people saw him in. There was like, wow, he can really act, because he had been doing a lot of like comedy roles. Anyways, it's great. It's a great movie. The buzz around the sequel has been intense because when they were filming it in New York, they were getting mobbed by people taking pictures through the window because they saw Meryl Streep up in a window one day. There was just a crowd of people oh, and this movie's coming out at the beginning of May, and I just want to like everybody to know that like this is gonna be like a big deal. I think this movie's gonna be a big deal. There's gonna be a bunch of people like, what do you mean The Devil Wears Prada 2 was a huge hit? Like, it seems like it's gonna be a huge hit. And the trailer itself is fun because there's this great gag that they have running, which is that Meryl Streep's character doesn't remember Anne Hathaway's character. And we don't know yet if it's just her playing like, playing like playing like a jerky boss thing where she's like, I don't remember you, like, or she legitimately is just like, you were just one person that came in and out of my life 20 years ago. Why would I remember you? That's the kind of character she is. And so I kind of love that because we get a lot of these legacy sequels where it's like the trailer's just like, oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. I can't believe we're back together again. Everybody's just like reuniting 20 years later like nothing happened. Whereas this one, it's like Anne Hathaway walks in and Meryl Streep's just like, who are you? Why are we here? And then they meet Emily Blunt's character, and then Meryl Streep's also like, why are we here today? And it's just because like these people were just so insignificant to her, which I think is really funny. Yeah, that's exciting. I'm looking forward to this. All right, let's switch from a trailer that debuted during the Grammys to a first look that dropped before the Grammys, which was our first look at the Beatles in the 4 separate Beatles biopic films that come out the same day in 2028. Wrap your head around that one, folks. I haven't figured out how that's going to work.
No, wait. It's going to be
4 movies.
4 separate movies released the same day about each Beatle?
Yes. It's going to be from each of their perspectives, and we don't know if that means you're going to see the same things from different Beatles perspectives, or if it's like, all right, the Paul one is the early one, and the George one is a later part of this. Like, we don't know if it's cut into 4 parts, and it's just like a Beatle takes the lead in each of them, but it is 4 movies.
So they're doing a Pokemon release of this.
Essentially.
Beatles, which version do you like? Do you like Beatles version Ringo or Beatles version?
I think a lot of people were saying, like, please just merge all the box office into one slot because we don't need to know who's the least popular Beatle. That would just be mean.
What? God, the whole media. Are they gonna do the whole? I'm curious how they're gonna do the whole media release.
I hope it's just a box set. I would very much like it. So let's go through these. We're starting with the worst one. We'll start with the first one. The worst here, completely. Joseph Quinn is playing George Harrison, and just I don't know. Joseph Quinn's agent or Joseph Quinn needs to hire a stylist for wigs because I cannot handle this man being put in another bad wig. His Johnny Storm wig was passable. But every other wig I've seen him in, from Stranger Things to this, I'm just like, why? And Gladiator 2, he had a terrible wig there as well. Stop. Get a stylist. Get a stylist. If you're going to wear wigs for every movie, get a stylist. Be like Michelle Williams. She has a wig lady that comes in and does her wigs on every movie, no matter what movie she's working on. That's how you got to do it if you're going to be wearing wigs all the time. Also, I don't know. This casting's weird. Also, his eyes seem kind of soulless because they didn't light him correctly, and so you can't see his pupils.
Yeah, I thought it was a mannequin at first or something like that.
Yeah.
I love Joseph. I love Joseph. He's a great actor. I love all the stuff he's been in. But like, interesting. I mean, interesting casting.
It's not the casting I think would work for George Harrison because George Harrison has this very sweet persona to his face. You know, Blader says nothing to wig out about. I'm just thinking of Bobo and wigging out. Anyways, so we'll see how this one goes. Next up we have who is this? Henry Dickinson as John Lennon, Which, as a lot of people said, the glasses and the hair are going to do like most of the work here, and I agree with that. The John Lennon glasses are called John Lennon glasses for a reason, because they're the John Lennon glasses. So that's that. Here's where we get interesting though, because Paul Mescal as Paul McCartney's kind of really good. Like this actually looks like Paul McCartney. It's kind of scary actually. Like for whatever reason, this was the one that worked out the best out of all of them. And then there's the one that I'm not sure about, which is Barry Keoghan as Ringo Starr. But Ringo's happy with it, so
Yeah,
who am I to say?
Yeah. So you think so? Are you gonna do a movie marathon and watch all 4 movies?
I have no idea. I originally they were going to release them 1 week apart, which I thought was smart. Because I'm like, all right, I'll go watch the Paul one. The next week watch the Ringo and whatever. But like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to go to a movie for like. Are these going to be all 2 hours each, or are they going to be like an hour and a half each, or are they going to be 2.5, 3 hours each? I don't know. Because, yeah, also, I gotta tell you, when this was the first picture they dropped of the cast, I was like, that's all terrible casting. And now that hair and makeup got in here, I'm like, Ringo, I think will work. Paul's working pretty good. Lennon, maybe. Joseph Quinn, get a new agent, man. Like, yeah, that's just where I'm at. But they're also at 4 different points in the Beatles' history. They also, this article goes into, here's all the other people that have been cast in this movie, because the cast lists are insane because you're having to do 4 frickin' movies. I will say that, let's see. Who's this? Anna Sawai playing Yoko, I think is going to be pretty great. I think that's pretty great there. Anna Sawai
who's Adam Padley? Who's Adam Padley playing?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I went past Mr. Flame's a Disaster. He is playing Alan Klein, who was one of the managers of the Beatles.
Okay.
So, that should be interesting. Also, hey,
that's actually good. That's a good casting from the photo alone, honestly.
I forgot Arthur Darvill was in this. I know him from Doctor Who.
They are Darvill.
Yeah,
Mr. Rory, the Goat Williams.
Exactly. So yeah, this should be interesting to see how this all work out. Mr. Yuki says, weird to see long-haired George Harrison. I'm used to only having Lennon as long-haired Beatle. They all had long hair and beards at one point. They were matching. And then also, like, I think George Harrison had long hair when he was solo as well. So, yeah, I'm just... This 4 movie thing is the part that's got me going. How's this going to work?
That's the most insane. Like, if they're doing the Pokemon... I never thought it would be a Pokemon release style of the film.
Yeah. I am just really hoping, though, it's like, okay, first, like, the Paul movie's part 1, and it's like... the first early era, and then like part 2's like the John Lennon, and part 3's the Ringo, and part 4's the George Harrison. Like that would be kind of neat, where it's like, because I feel like if we have to see the same scene shot 4 times, we're all going to go insane.
I was thinking Hardy sees the Mia Endless 8 flashbacks.
Yeah.
I do want to see this video, or I do want to see that challenge of watching all 4 movies the same day.
I hope they offer a discount. Like here, if you see them all back to back, we'll give you a discount in 20-minute intermissions.
And a free popcorn bucket, probably.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll see more. These movies are still like 2 years away.
I can't wait. Ringo say "Help us."
I know. I think Barry Keoghan's gonna have fun doing the Ringo accent. That's for sure. Everybody has fun doing the Ringo accent.
I can't wait for Sound to do the YouTube challenge. I have watched all 4 movies in one day.
Oh, that'd be fun. All right, now speaking of biopics that are coming a lot quicker, and had a trailer debut this morning instead of at the Grammys or at the Super Bowl. It was weird. I was like, I thought this would be either at the Grammys or the Super Bowl, but they were just like, the Monday after. The Michael Jackson biopic had its first trailer today, and I gotta say, I think I'm really excited for it. Which is hard for me to say for a biopic that doesn't feature a CGI
Monkey.
chimpanzee, except, oh wait, Michael Jackson's pet chimpanzee's in the movie, so they got me.
Yes. That's how they get you. The monkey.
The monkey. But no, I think this actually is looking like really good. Like it's the thing with biopics, like I remember watching like Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, and I was thinking like, regardless of anything they did in that movie, I felt like they captured the electric energy of Elvis performing. And if they can do that with Michael Jackson, this thing's going to be like $1 billion movie. Because
I'm curious how much are they gonna cover Michael's, because Michael has a very, very controversial
Oh yeah.
history. So I'm really curious how much are they gonna go? Because I
The
really
families involved with the production of the movie. I mean, Michael Jackson is being played by Jafar Jackson, his nephew. So the family's very involved. I don't know how far they're going to go into the tail end of his life stuff. They may just kind of cut it off
because
early. We do
yeah,
know that
because
they had to reshoot the third act because they involved a person who was in a court case settlement that said, "You never mention my name again." Um,
oh oh
so
dear.
they may have already tried to go there and maybe just backed away from it. It may just end at a certain point. I don't know if it's going to go all the way up to his death, because it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. But
Because
yeah,
it's one of those things where like if they want to be honest, like if they I think the biopics where it does go into the bad of people of
yes,
stars is one of the best ones. I mean, again, Better Man is one of the best ones, for example, like that. But also like I mean, Michael's D. That I bet sure people want to reenact. It's also learning also, so I'm really curious about that.
yeah, because it may
Especially,
be one of those things where like everybody would be fine with just leaving that part untouched in a big budget movie, you know?
yeah.
Because I think that like a lot of that stuff is like, do we really want to like dramatize it? Because the thing is with the biopics are not documentaries, right? So they don't
Mhm.
have to cover it. People there's certain like there's certain people you do a biopic on, and it's like if you leave out a certain bit, even if it is not like the best, it's like okay, now
I
you're
did
being
like
irresponsible.
like there's a difference between like Robbie Williams self destruction
Yeah,
versus what Michael did during his last final
holding a
years
baby out
where
of a window.
yeah, we're like I don't think they
Yeah.
went to that.
I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody, but I heard they didn't cover Freddie Mercury's sexuality, which feels like a big misstep because that's like a big part of his life and the
Yeah.
reason he died.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like there's a lot in there that I'm kind of like we'll see how this goes with this one, but I will say at least from the trailer we've seen, and I think also from uh from the trailer we've seen and from what we've seen of like the musical performances, they got like clips from the Thriller music video into this. Like I think this will be very interesting as a film, and it's looking really good. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be big though. I think regardless of like the film itself and like accuracy and if they cover everything or not, it's still I think this is gonna be a huge success. It would be very weird if this wasn't a huge success because of how good it looks. So that's where we are with that. And there, we just covered the most broad range topics from Guns N' Roses on a Gundam movie to the Michael Jackson biopic.
All music related.
Pretty much,
Hopefully.
right? Well, okay, what was not music related in our entertainment news section? Daredevil and Devil Wears Prada, which have the
Yeah.
devil part together, and Ghost in the Shell is not really music based. Um, Oh, let's see. Ms. Jiggy said Bohemian Rhapsody not only tried to avoid his sexuality, he also portrayed the rest of Queen looking disapprovingly at the big parties as if they weren't involved. That's even worse. Like that's not great. Like that's just you now you're leaving out that's chunks of big chunks of like the story and like who they were as people that's left out. Like it's a tough balance because obviously like if you want to get approval from people working on like you want to get approval from the people you're making a movie about. Like they're not going to include everything, right? There's certain stuff that'll just never be included, and probably just shouldn't never be included because it's too personal. But then there's like stuff like that where it's like, yeah, but that's like a big part of Queen as a group. Um, so that's just kind of how it goes. Let's see. Blader says, "Do we know who's composing Ghost of the Shell? Loves some new Yoko Kanno." I don't think we've heard a composer yet. We don't even have a TV network yet, so I think it's maybe a little early for music composer. Then again, we got that Cyborg 009 promo where we know nothing besides the music. So
Yeah, so anime companies are weird, man.
anime companies are it's a very weird lack of promotion on stuff lately. Like they do a big announcement and then they just give you no details. And I don't understand like from a business side of things, I don't understand why, because it's not like it's a teaser. They're like telling you this show comes out in July, and then you ask a simple question like, "Where can I watch it?" and they just have zero answers for you. I'm just like, okay, it's hard for me to work with because as someone covering it, it's also hard to work with because I'm like, people ask questions and be like, yep, no idea. That's
The shrugs.
just yeah. Yeah, my parents keep asking, when does Kaiju number 8 come back? And I just go, because I don't know. Like, I know they're making another season. Do we have any idea when it's coming out? Nope, nothing.
You should, whenever you get answer that, you should bring out the magic 8 ball.
I should have a Magic 8. I actually have a Magic 8 ball that's like the 4-star Dragon Ball from the Path to Power promotion at Carl's Jr.
Oh damn!
It's a Magic 8 ball. It's a Dragon Ball. It's like the coolest. All right, toy news time. We got a bunch. Of toy news today. So, first up, NECA has announced that they got the Muppets license because the Muppet Show comes back Wednesday on Disney Plus and ABC at 9 p.m. Eastern. This is exciting for me because Diamond Select killed their Muppets line. I didn't get a Pepe the Prawn, and I just want to tell you, NECA, I don't care if it doesn't make sense. Make Pepe the first figure, please. Everybody has canceled him.
To be fair, it wasn't like they canceled the lines or they died.
Yes,
Diamond died.
They up and died, and Pepe was their next release. Palisades never got Pepe out.
They took Pepe with them when they died.
Exactly.
So
they dragged Pepe to hell with them. I want Pepe to be in the first batch of these, please. Like, he didn't get a Palisades figure. He didn't get a Diamond Select figure. Everybody seems to miss him, and I'm always just like, why him? Why him is the one that never gets made?
But I think it makes sense, because they did a great job with the Sesame Street. So like, I think they're gonna do good with Muppets. So I'm really hoping with Kermit. Please make him sturdy, because I'm getting I'm gonna get some Jack Skeleton nightmares, night flashbacks with those limbs.
Seeing the Kermit arm it's thicker than Jack.
It's pretty thick. Yeah. So I think he's not gonna be a fragile boy at the very least.
Yeah. I could use some more Muppets. I can always use some more Muppets. All right, next up, financial irresponsibility. Okay, so I haven't bought a Tega sword yet. For the fact that like the whole experience at Gozuger got really soured by the firing of my Memori for me. And I'm just like, I haven't bought any Gozuger stuff. Also because, oh my god, the shipping fees I have paid in the last couple months to get Man of the Mission stuff and get my box of Figuarts. I just don't want it. I don't like the Gozuger mecha enough to be importing these things.
I know, right? Because I was looking at thankfully, like, HRGS, he tells you how much the tariffs and like the duty fees gonna be. And just try to ship some markets. Woof.
Yeah.
I'm gonna deal with it because I have a day job, so I can afford it. But like, I'm not looking forward to paying it because the thing is, I had to piecemeal them because I would like to like ship all of them like I do my big bats, but that will take my whole paycheck at that point. So I had to do piecemeal. Whereas like I'm gonna ship the markets here, and then I'll go ship my Figmas in another shipment later on when I get more stuff, probably.
That's a good call. So for me, I said, all right, I'm going to buy one Tega sword, and it's going to be the Memorial Edition. And then Bandai overperformed here. So, of course, it's the Tega sword from Gozuger, which, of course, is the transformation device, right? You put the ring in, you do the clapping and the dancing and the spinning, and there you go. And so, of course, it's got what you would expect. It's got music from the show. It's got sound effects. It's got a motion sensor for the whole clapping and dancing, which is awesome. All that usual stuff that we come to expect. But the thing that surprised me is it also still transforms. It is 130% larger than the deluxe one, and yet they still made it transform into the robot.
I guess because it just integrates the design.
Like, I thought for sure that was why we got that other Tega sword that was the articulated figure that was deluxe sized.
Because that's probably why. That's probably why they did that, just to have an articulated one.
Yeah.
After that, like.
But I was expecting this thing to get molded shut and just be a transformation device, but it actually transforms. So
does he still have the hollow bits? That's what I'm more curious about.
I think design wise, he has to have the hollow bits.
Yeah.
But this works for me because I'm going to get the Memorial Changer, which honestly I'm kind of aiming at the fact that I could probably get a nice complete main Sentai Changer collection because of like if Memorial Edition keeps going and fill in some of these gaps, I could actually like fill out the display easier than Mecha. But this will be great because I can have the final main mecha and the transformation device. Now, of course, We're probably going to get the silver version for the
We're
Universal
also,
Warriors. We're going to get
well,
Tega
because
June.
also since it's bigger, the auxiliary weapons won't be compatible, I imagine.
They haven't said either way, but I would imagine, yeah, no, I don't think they're going to be compatible. They did say it's compatible with all of the deluxe rings, which is good because it only comes with 2 rings, which is the
Ring.
Red's transformation ring and Red's mecha ring. You also get this new helmet piece that's a more show-accurate Tegasword Red helmet that clips over the front, which I think is excellent. And it looks good. So I was right to buy the other 4 rings. Which I did over the last couple months.
It'll be out of scale, but who cares at that point?
Well, because the thing is, the rings are the same size. The rings that come with
really?
this are the exact same red rings that came with the normal Tegasword. But I think we can now use the larger bands without having to switch them to the smaller bands like you had to do on the deluxe one. So that's pretty cool. But I already got the rest of the team's rings, so I'm set. I'm good to go. Just getting the memorial. I imagine that they're probably going to do Goju Polars as a memorial, just because it is the anniversary show and the toy line sold well, it seems. And so I'm like, yeah, I think I'll probably get all the memorial changers.
Not to save the brand.
Yeah, they also have space in the schedule because they don't have to make a new changer next year. So I'm actually I put down an order for this.
Quote unquote, because we probably get a memorial Gavin, who's it probably.
Oh, probably. Blade Runner, I didn't even realize I did the Hal Jordan thing with the Green Lantern rings. Alfire says, also the clap sensor's now a button that can be pressed repeatedly instead of the motion sensors. You were too sensitive or didn't fully work. Yeah, this is just everything's just better about this.
I hear that. I can see someone be really annoying with that. Just
yeah. Also they improved the sound. So like if you put the Shinkenger ring in, it plays the full Shadow Phone Shinkenger sound before it does it. So I think that's kind of cool. They switched it from generic sounds for the Sentai teams to actually their transformation sounds.
I just realized this will take us for design. I don't know why I hadn't figured it out a year ago. I just realized that the one thing you fold back for Robot Mode is the middle finger.
Yes.
You don't flip the bird at people. You just fold away the bird.
You fold away the bird. I put my order in for this because Toku Collectibles exist. I don't have to worry about import fees with that. But it is a 22,000 yen. It's went up for pre-order January 30th. The reservation ends February 26th. But I think it actually sold out. I think you're going to have to do a second batch of them. So that's going to be cool. And then for the voice lines, there's no voice lines in the Tegasword. They're going the King Oja route. And going to have a data card set that you can buy.
We have these extra dim cards we need to get rid of.
They're actually surprisingly not the same size as dim cards. I tried plugging a dim card into my King Oja sword, and it's actually too small.
But I imagine the unicorn one's controversial.
Yeah, so the unicorn one is only Kohaku. There's no Maya Memori. Uni Sisters, which Maya sung, is not on there. While all the others have their character songs. Kind of what we expected. This may have been why the Tegasword is a little late. Usually we get the memorial changes announced in December of the year. So this was a little late, and that's probably because they had to rework the unicorn chip to be the new unicorn. But that is also coming out, so if you want the voice lines and extra music stuff, you can get those. And yeah, that's right. Psycho said the Unicorn Dim has the first battle song and the ending credits song. So she's got the other music that's not there. I'm skipping those because I didn't ever buy them for King Oja, and that was a show I actually really loved. So I'm not going to spend the money for the Gojuja ones. But I like that there's an option. Don't be surprised if there's going to be more of these. If they do a Silver Tegasword, they're going to do like some of the Universal Warriors will probably get them. Because they did a ton of those for King Oja. Yeah. All right. Moving on to SH Figuarts. We got Madara Uchiha Legend of Darkness, which is a complete new version of Madara Uchiha in Figuarts.
I saw that people say because like everybody's been asking, "Where's Madara?" Like for all the recent figure.
Because we got Obito, and they repainted the Madara, the old Madara, for a convention, and people were like, "Yeah, but can we get a new one that actually looks good?" The old one was too armor heavy. This one's much better.
I'm very glad because it looks like they engineered his skirt to be decent and not get in the way of his leg articulation.
Yes. It looks like it's got layers to it, which is something they figured out with Sasuke and Orochimaru. So
the only thing weirds me out, I feel the only thing he's really missing is his he does fan weapon.
I guess because Obito comes with it. They're just like,
Yeah, I guess
just
you
pull
just
it from
share it
there.
between
Yeah.
and such, but
Um,
it's always weird because I'm so used to him having the fan weapon.
yeah, definitely. I definitely will take a fireball and extra faces and stuff over that.
The
But
fireballs, I mean, the fireballs usually just give it to Sasuke or and such like that.
and it's also
Or
got a stand for the fireball too, which is nice.
mhm.
This looks great. I'm very excited. I was just asking myself, not that long ago, I was looking over at my Naruto shelf and I was like, wait, they haven't announced a new Naruto figure art in a while because we got new Sasuke and Naruto coming out soon. And then
Some
look,
people,
here
a
they
lot of
are.
people, a lot of people were surprised when it was moderate for because I think they even teased that they were gonna do Sakura to go alongside the new Naruto and
Yeah,
Sasuke. So it's right. So, but at least I'm glad it's moderate because it's nice to get a new character first before we get another redo figure.
definitely. I think we're still waiting for Gaara and Rock Lee to be remade from the old line, and I think they've made everybody.
Yeah, counting Naruto.
I don't count, but that's a different series, man. All right. So Ultraman Tega's Shinkocho Seiho release has been controversial since day one, where they've always had issues with the torso breaking, shattering, gears breaking, rubber ripping. So Bandai's, of course, like, let's do it again. And it's
we're,
still not
we're
all
doing
plastic.
we're doing a sequel.
We're doing a sequel, and yeah. He comes with a shit ton of accessories, at least. He comes with all the different effect parts. Comes with the little ships. He's got the little ships. He's got the effect parts. He's got a big old stand. He looks good. He's also, I think he's got, I forget if it's light piped eyes or if it's LED eyes, but he's
I
got
think it's LED.
light up eyes.
Yeah,
And he looks really good. I'm not buying him again, though. My first one's staying intact in its nice plastic case that I put it in.
it belongs in a museum.
Literally, because and my browser froze. Yeah, no, it definitely, like, I keep this the stuff. I keep the stuff safe. Is that's a weird sentence.
I'm about to say make it sound like a drug. You make it sound like the drug.
It's the same plastic case I put. I have one I put Beast Wars Torka into. When I learned what
It's
gold
like,
plastic syndrome was, I put him in
yeah.
a plastic case and I never took him out again.
It's that we don't breathe on it.
Yep. Hideki says it's either Johnny's or rubber. Yeah, something's always impeding Tega. Also, I just realized I think it only comes with the Gutswing 1 and not Gutswing 2. Why doesn't it not come with Gutswing 2? Now you have to buy the Gutswing set if you want Gutswing 2.
There's always a catch.
It's always a catch. Gulz is coming back out again, which you can see here. I mean, it's Gulza. It's just the same guy again. He comes with a new placard that's the Tega title card. So that's fun. Yeah, there's that. Hunter x Hunter's Hisoka is the next Hunter x Hunter figure. Is this? I feel like this is a bit of a swerve.
I mean, they've been doing. They probably got now. They've done Fierce the main characters for. I still see Hunter, but like they did the main crew, and then Soka's like the main bad guy. So it's like they got like all the core characters out. I guess it's better than other shonen lines. I look at my shelf.
How's that Bleach
that
going?
we haven't got another announcement since the Bankai Ichigo, and so I shake my fist at Tamashi.
I know. I'm sitting here hoping Yu Yu Hakusho gets finished.
You got another announcement after Toshiro at the very least.
That is true. That is true.
But still, like
This is
it
good
looks
though.
good. I'm really curious about how they could do that adamant because his design, Hazoka design has that ball waist thing. So like I'm curious how like good that crunches and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It looks good.
it looks good. I think the design like really works quite well for a figure form. I gotta tell you guys a funny story. I only know this character from there's someone on Instagram I follow, and she does like an anime dating life simulator where it's like one of those like filters and it goes through characters, and she's always trying to figure out like who's the baby daddy of her new kid, and for some reason Hisoka keeps popping up as the baby daddy, and she's just traumatized every time his face appears. She's like, no, not him. Good times. Also, Seto Kaiba is coming out in SH Figure Arts, like actually releasing.
That coat scares me.
If it was anything like
Because-
the Figma, he better come with a stand.
Yeah, because like you, I didn't mind the plastic coat on Yugi because it's a small cape, so I didn't mind that. But Kaiba, like not only I'm worried about balance, but also she's gonna be a shelf killer. I just know that, seeing how big that trench coat is.
Yeah, the Figma's
such.
trench coat wasn't so splayed out, so it was a little bit easier to manage. I also like this picture they put in here. That's $700. Kaiba and Three Dragons.
Can't wait to can't wait we talk about that when we get to Transformers.
Yes. I love promotional images that cost more than I make in a month. Yeah. All
I
right.
mean, I mean, how much is that shot with all the three blue dragons, all the blue-eyed dragons?
That's what I mean. That's a $700 shot. The one of Yugi and Kaiba is only like a $500 shot. All right, so we're gonna get the big toy news of the week is that because of Nuremberg Toy Fair and Luxembourg Toy Fair and London Toy Fair, a bunch of stuff got revealed, and specifically, Mattel came out to curb stomp the crap out of Hasbro. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the Mattel stuff first, and not to say that Hasbro's announcements this week were a response to Mattel's stuff, but they are the first things we see of Hasbro after Mattel's stuff. So
I mean, here's the thing. I saw like nothing but besides like the news they came and say nothing but controversy with all the
yes,
Hasbro news.
I have a very interesting way of structuring this. This will be fun. So first up, we got a teaser poster for Mattel's new DC toy line. And they are 6.5-inch figures with a bunch of double jointed articulation and pinless. And everybody went, "Wow, those look really good. What's the kids line like?" And then everybody went, "Oh no, this is the kids line."
You know what I say? This is the kids line. I was worried. I was looking at these like, what is this? The collector, the kids line? Now look like, oh, they don't have a head crunch, and usually collectors line like having head crunches. So,
Yeah,
like, I figured it has to be the kids line, which also
they also
like
don't have ankle tilts. But
oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, they don't have ankles. So yeah, probably yeah, it is. Which damn, that's good.
yeah,
Double jointed knees and elbows, like for kids line. Oh no, they have double jointed knees at the very least. It looks like they have single jointed elbows by the looks of it. But still, like
I
also
think
like
some have single. Yeah, no, they are all single. They just they got the single with the little like flesh on the end, so it looks like it's double. Yeah.
I mean, also like nice character variety because like I think that's the biggest kind of failure of the Spin Master line is it's it's character variety.
Let's see.
Character
Hold on. We got
variety.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 bat. Okay, yeah, it passes the Batman test for Warner Brothers. half
Oh, like
is bat related, so it's good.
I mean, the fact that we got like our first image is like you got like Batman, Superman, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and Flash, but you also have like Joker and Deathstroke. Like it's only Deathstroke out, showing Deathstroke first. Like usually Deathstroke's like a later wave guy
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's cool.
Of course,
Also,
we gotta face the elephant in the room. Yeah, no Wonder Woman.
yeah. Let's hope that changes.
I hope that
I
changes
think they,
quick because that's my only complaint.
yeah. But these look good. Like for the kids line, so I'm really curious what the
Yeah.
collector's line could be.
If this is the kids line, what's the collector line look like? Because this looks really solid.
I mean, we
yeah.
kind of got a hint of what the collector's line is gonna be with a certain other toy line because I think Mattel's gonna do like they usually do, reuse bucks like they love to
Yes.
do, and such like that. I also speaking of the other line, I imagine these probably gonna be 5 inches.
They said 6.5.
Oh, 6. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
That's even more impressive than if they're 6 inches.
This is the only image, but I can zoom it in because I just have to stop being lazy. Veloquence is like, can you zoom it in? I'm like, yes. I'm just lazy.
You know, your Mac also tends to spontaneously combust.
This is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have bicep swivels, but the elbow swivel, which is nice.
Also nice to see that specific that Tim Robbins. We haven't got Tim Robbins in a while.
Yeah.
For lines like this, so it's kind of nice to see him.
He's got. Oh, actually, no. I think it's actually a Dick Robin with pants.
Oh, really?
Look at his boots. They're little booties.
Context.
Oh, interesting. Because like the shoulders,
the shoulders and the torso make me think Tim, right?
Tim.
But like
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, we got the old it's the old glove style, but then also it's got the little booties, but then they just gave him pants.
Interesting. They get Tim.
I think they did the fusion dance.
Oh, we got another composite Robin again.
We got composite Robin. It's Dickathy.
Dickathy.
Don't tell.
We could go with Dickathy or Richham, and I thought Dickathy was better.
I love because of his name. You two keep flagging every time people talk about Dick.
Yes.
He put Dick in Tim's costume a lot. I'll be happy for Adrian and Robin.
I'll never forget the moment in Titans where I think it was Jason who was like, "You could be a real dick." And I was just like, that was a serious line you put into Titans, but it's funny. Actually, that reminds me of my favorite line from the Chainsaw Man dub, which
Oh,
was after Denji cuts Katana Man in
and
half. He's just like,
oh yeah,
you really put the dick in predictable.
yes.
Oh,
That reminds me of the new next batch of Beat Break episodes dub came out, and
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
in the dub, in the dub, in the shot there in the scene where they found the Numemon turd. Tomoro, Xeno's
God.
Tomoro was literally about to say, "Oh, it's a piece of shit," and then Reina he was literally about to say piece of shit.
Oh,
Golly.
I love dubs having fun. One of the most fun dubs is One Piece, by the way. The more of the One Piece dub I listen to, the more I'm like, oh, they were just having fun in that booth. Oh yeah, Art Brown reminded me of the moment from Lego Batman movie. Oh yeah, everybody calls me Dick. Well, children can be cruel.
That's one of my favorite lines in that movie.
Oh yeah. Velcro says, "Hey, does that say collector figures in January 2027 as in a full year from now?" Yes, because McFarlane still has the collector's license till the end of this year.
Yeah, because the license goes. McFarlane still has a license to the end of the year, but Spin Master's going out sooner than McFarlane.
Yeah, the Spin Master's got it through the end of summer, and then fall will be Mattel's kids line, and then the collector line will come in January 2027 because I stopped myself this time from saying something, and I realized how bad it would be. My brain did the little like click, click, click. Don't say it that way, because I was. There's several female characters and characters of color I want in the Marvel or the DC multiverse line, and I was gonna say something else, and now I don't want to say it, even though it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, Todd owes me women and people of color. Okay, he's got 1 year to deliver. Veloquid said, "Who made those Sonic the Hedgehog Justice League figures?" Those are
Jack Pacific.
Jack Pacific, who does the Sonic stuff. So that's a video I need to make at some point. I have the whole stack of them. Just haven't opened them.
Hellfire. Hellfire. Apparently, YouTube won't let me type dick.
Yeah, YouTube was. I can do it. All right. So speaking of Mattel, that was toy line number 1. Fella quits says, "Set out 3 seconds away from saying he wants to purchase something he shouldn't say out loud." I already did that when I was like, I really need to buy Angel Dust, the City Hunter movie on Blu-ray. All right. The second toy line Mattel announced this week is the Masters of the Universe figures for the movie, which actually hit frickin' Entertainment Weekly. That's called making moves, guys. Like
There's
that's...
there's one thing I would say about all the stuff with the Masters movie. I do appreciate Mattel and MGM, right?
Yeah.
They're doing the movie, right? Is they're legitimate? They're really like doing their best to advertise the movie. Like one of the news topic we don't have is apparently they're making a manga with Tokyo Pop. Apparently,
Yeah, they're really going all out for this. Like they're
which
actually
like
trying.
I'm actually really like it's really impressive. Honestly, I do like they're actually really pushing Masters into the theaters. To marketing. It's legitimately nice to see.
And I like doing
Also,
marketing when
I
you
mean,
get the actor to hold their figure. That's
actually,
fun.
speaking of that, smartest move I have seen. I have literally seen not one Jared Leto mention in the marketing.
Yes,
They are smart.
I'm so glad someone finally learned. They were just like, let's just not mention that Jared Leto's in the movie, and we made him to get away. I think you can get away with it. Just keep it quiet. Just keep him out of the spotlight. Don't take him to the press tour. Just leave him alone. Just don't do anything.
Literally wasn't for like the last year we got the press release of them doing the Master movie with Jared Leto. Like they mentioned Jared Leto, we would have known Jared Leto's Skeletor. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you're smart. Also, welcome Wheels.
Welcome Wheels. So let's talk about this. So first of all, we got, of course, He-Man. I mean, if we didn't have He-Man, would it even be a Masters line?
Oh yeah. So this is a new line. This is not Masterverse. This is a new line called Chronicles, which
Yes.
there was some weirdness because I did saw people.
Masterverse is apparently ending this year, and Chronicles will be taking its place.
Apparently, like I think Mattel said Chronicle is the replacement for Massive, but it's not like Massive is gonna be like over. I think they're gonna do like selective releases.
I think it's going to be like Origins, where we're just going to get the like once a month. Here's a Masterverse figure on
Which I
Mattel
think,
Creations.
which I think that's smart. I'm glad they're doing it. They're doing that. I think that's smart because
The most recent wave had to do Anti-Eternia He-Man because they're getting to the bottom of the barrel again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's smarter doing that, as that's the case with Massiverse, which because so it's not like if anyone does not want us to keep collecting Massiverse, they could still have that line be its own thing, while like we have this new line, Fresh Eyes. But
And
like
with this
speaking of,
one, they look like they take all the things that Masterverse did well, but then just kind of proportioned everybody a little bit better.
yeah, so this is because Massiverse was 7-inch scale, right? Like
Close to it.
classics.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
classic
this
size.
is
Yeah.
these are like 6-inch, like Marvel Legends 1/12 scale figures, which I think was smart.
Which,
So
by the way,
you gotta
these
do
come out April 25th. For anyone wondering.
you gotta do a reset of a toy line. I think it's best. I think it's smart to do it in the normal, the scale that most people collect here.
And then what we're
And
seeing
like
here is they got butterfly shoulders and ankle rockers.
which Dan, that looks really good, and like hopefully like really good torso
Ooh,
articulation.
also ankle or wrist pivots. Just notice the wrist pivots.
And hopefully they have really good ab crunches also, because that's a ball jointed waist and a ball jointed torso. So hopefully they have good crunches. And as well as I could with DC, because I definitely could see these bucks being used for the DC line because they're very generic, not very
Yeah.
Masterverse, not specific masters coded. So I could definitely see these bucks being reused for the DC collector's line.
And as we
Also,
can
really
see, for a $25 figure, we're getting the sword, alternate hands, and pretty good looking He-Man. So
I also like the packaging.
yes, we
Packaging
have
style of it.
more images of those we'll look at in a little bit. Going alongside this, we got a Battle Cat. He's going to be 40. But this also shows
40,
Battle Cat will hopefully have his armor in the movie. We haven't gotten that confirmed, but I'm pretty sure it'll happen. My favorite thing here is the fact He-Man can pivot his wrist down, because that's something that a bunch of them don't get to do. And I'm happy he's got the wrist
Well,
pivot.
remember, action figure companies are allergic to the downward motion for some reason. They're afraid that
Unless they're G.I. Joe.
kids will make them look like they're jerking
But
off. or
Mattel's been
something.
very good with the downward motion hand on He-Man figures,
Yeah.
because they want people to recreate that by the power of
I
Grayskull
realize though
pose.
it's actually different, because the thing we always get, you either go up and down or you go in and out. You can't do both. I just realized these are figure
you
art
never
wrists.
get both.
These are
Are
figure
these
art
ball
wrists.
wrists? Ball wrists?
Yeah, they're ball
They got the
wrists, because
ball
look at the fists in the package. They don't have any joint on them. So
Oh yeah, actually that's
yeah.
that's smart. It's actually how the gauntlets. The gauntlets cover the joint. Yeah, that's actually Mattel is really doing really well with it.
And also
That
noticing
stuff.
Battle Cat has those too.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's all ball
Man,
jointed up.
it's like getting better more and more. Look at it.
Look at him, he's beautiful. It's funny, I feel like that head sculpt was reused from the Masterverse one. It just looks so familiar. Battle Cat, it looks great.
I would say probably reuse, probably basic concept, because he doesn't have the white detail on the face like we saw in the movie. So it's either they say in budget, or it was probably early concept art where he was just pure green cat.
They're like, everyone's gonna have him with the helmet on anyways. We don't need to worry about this.
Yeah, yeah.
So then we got Man at Arms, which is also, this is good too. We get a good look at these costumes because the trailer went by quick.
Seeing the color here makes it go like, okay, I feel like the movie's gonna get color corrected, because the color, Duncan's armor did not have this color in the trailer. It was very dull. So seeing
also, when I saw the trailer in the theater, it looked brighter, and I think that maybe also like a internet compression issue.
Yeah, that's right. Also, I like the dry brush. I just noticed the dry brushing in his armor.
It's got really good looking dry brushing. We got Tila here, who's got a different hairstyle than we saw in the trailer, which is like it's the bun. She's got the bun, and she's got a rifle.
I like instead of her snakes, she just has a gun.
Yes, I kind of like just giving her a gun. She also does have the sword still, and a pistol, and a long hair head. So, but interesting with her, she doesn't have the ball joint wrist. She has the stem wrists.
It's probably just smaller hands, so they can't do the full ball joint hands without being like a choking hazard for how small they would have to be.
And we got our first look at Triclops for the movie, and he's got a sniper rifle, which I think is kind of cool.
I actually like this look of Triclops, like this kind of military camo look.
I like the chainmail torso.
Yeah, I also like making a sniper. Honestly, makes more sense of him using a sword, because I know usually his like 3 eyes are usually like an optic blast kind of scenario. But I don't know, I feel like him being a sniper just makes more sense, honestly, with his whole gimmick.
Mm-hmm.
Also, his arms. I realize his arms are robotic. I thought it was skin, but his arms are robotic.
Oh yeah, they are.
Just
They got all the. He looks like a cyberpunk character. Who is
does.
playing him? That's a good question, actually.
And they don't have Koji Ati. They listed on they had the blurb underneath there.
Okay, let me see if I get a picture of him because I'm curious. That's interesting. The first thing you search up on Google for Triclops, you get the drone from the CGI show. I don't know why that's the first result. That's the first result.
Probably because it's the most recent, maybe.
Yeah. I was gonna get a picture of this guy. He doesn't have a Wikipedia page. Okay.
He has IMDb.
He better have an IMDb because that's how you get
get
jobs in the industry.
That's what I'm on it right now. He does.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I got the picture of him pulled up.
And
there he is.
That's how I interviewed a certain person.
Exactly. So that's what Triclops' actor looks like, and yeah. I mean, let's see. Does he have any previous? He's got credits. Oh, he was in a Jason Statham movie. Cool. I think that's
one.
Beekeeper. So
I had a bad feeling it was going to be Beekeeper. I had a
cool.
very bad feeling.
He's probably one of those actors that's really good at playing like grunt characters, right? I think that's probably Triclops' role in the movie. I don't think he's going to be crazy yet. So, Skeletor though, holy shit. The cloth cape and hood is insane.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of debates on whether his hood is plaster cloth. I think it's cloth because you look at the two pictures, the hood is definitely moved.
Yeah,
like,
you can see like the wire's been pinched. Like
yeah, and there's also the fact he's got to probably have a wire. It looks like he does have a wire, which is like, oh my god, yes, thank you. I'm glad more people are picking up the wire Kate from Todd stuff.
Which gives us hope for DC doing the same thing.
Well, because I think especially because the one problem I had was the Masterverse figures. I thought the fabrics was pretty bad. Their fabrics was pretty.
They were too
cheap.
thin, and and also they taped them to the inside of the packaging, so you untape them, they'd start curling.
Yeah, so it looks like this looks like a much nicer material for Skeletor. Also, the nice dry brushing on him looks so good.
I think also maybe the slightly smaller scale is going to help balance out the price budget too, to make these better.
Definitely. I mean, the detail and the paintwork is so good on these things. They look so
nice. They look really good. We also got Evelyn here, who she looks like she has the more Masterverse style cape, where it's the kind of thin material. You can kind of see, you can still see through.
Yeah, I can see through it. You can see through it. Yeah.
Her real name. Her
Evelyn?
real name.
What's
Evelyn?
Exactly.
Evelyn. Yes.
Exactly.
Here's Allison Breeze playing Evelyn with the figure as well, which is cool. And then we got freaking Trapjaw. Oh my god.
Oh, because we saw a little bit of Trapjaw in the trailer, but only a small bit. But like, oh, he looks so cool. Like he looks perfect.
I love when we have a character that's just like 100% 1-to-1 translated, and they didn't try a massive redesign. Like, no, he's already great. Let's just throw him in as is, and it looks...
he has a lot of 2000X influence, which I really like. Also, that the little rusted detail looks really nice. A little too much, but like I think it still looks really like I like they put that detail of the metal having this like rusted feel.
I also do love that we got a shot here that's showing the posing range, because I think it looks really, really good. These look stellar. I'm really impressed. And they're keeping a $25 price point and not going higher, which I think is awesome. And yeah, I mean, these just look really, really good. I don't really have anything bad to say. So let's look at the packaging though, because we got some pictures thanks to the packaging designer posting them. So here's the artwork for He-Man, which is, I mean, that's just He-Man artwork.
It looked gorgeous. I mean, there's one thing. I mean, what's nice about Mattel, unlike Hasbro, is they let the artists post. They actually released the artwork.
Did you know Hasbro's the only company that doesn't let the artists take credit for their work?
I'm not surprised, sadly.
Every other company lets artists take credit for packaging work, except for Hasbro. So here's a turnaround of the box. And one of the cool...
Evil corporation?
Yeah, exactly. All corporations are evil, but, you know, some more than others. Anyways, so we can see here that we got He-Man, and then on the side of the box, it's got, like, the power sword right here. And
in the corner, on the Skeletor on the other side.
It's Skeletor on the other side. That also means you can line up the packaging between heroes and villains, and they can kind of line up, kind of neat.
Yeah, no, because what's cool is like the hero, like kind of classic, like that whole all heroes are always facing the right where the villains are always seen facing the left. So you
Yeah,
go
because
to
we go over to
Triclops.
Triclops, you can see he's facing the opposite side, and then he's got He-Man in
Yeah,
his package.
and there's a I see people Photoshop them together where yeah they're facing up. It looks like a fighting game screen honestly when they
Yeah.
have the box together. It's like they look like they literally look like fighting game like versus renders. So I think that's cool. That's some cool packaging right there.
I like
And
this
stuff like that.
Triclops design a whole lot. The robot arms is really cool.
Oh, I noticed on is that on all the packaging? Oh yeah, they are. You look at the corner on the left side corner. They literally have a photo of them doing the superhero
The Iron
landing
Man
to
pose.
show,
Yeah, they do.
to show how show how posable they are.
That's really cool. I guess this is the first wave because that's what's on the back of the cross cell is He-Man, Man at Arms, and Triclops. I guess wave 2 will be Skeletor, Evelyn, and Tila.
Yeah,
So yeah, these are going to be coming out though at the end of April, which is I'm very excited about this. I think it was great. Later it says that they're looking at the sword or into each other's eyes. Depends on what pairing you put together. Depends. Yeah, R. Brown said look like Killer Instinct. The way the
yeah, no, that they
yeah.
do. They do have the energy.
I like it. I like it a lot. So that's pretty great. Then there's the kids line, and this is what the kids line looks like, which are their Origins cartoon collection sized. They've got
Yeah, but say they're slightly because there's in the photo you see that it has an X one. They're slightly small. I think they're about 5 inches
yeah.
exactly, but still like they look nice. They actually. This is why I'm really glad because I feel like the collector stuff look great, but it's like I think the kids. I think Pixel Dan said the best. Like the kids line is also gonna be really important because I think that's gonna be like the main target demographic.
And they're
And like
$10 each.
$10 each, and they look nice because I think the thing is like they actually look like good toys by themselves. That's the problem especially with Hasbro's kids line is they're all kind of pieces of junk.
Yeah,
Pieces of
these
junk.
don't feel like a thing they felt compelled to make as a side thing to the collector line. It feels like its own dedicated line for kids. Also, that Beastman design is freaking cool.
Yeah, I mean also the box art. Like again, that box art behind them with the skeleton and He-Man basically looks great. Also,
this looks like appealing to kids, which I think is important because you need kids to also enjoy this stuff. I think this looks great. This is just a slam dunk. I think this toy line from the movie is just a slam dunk right now.
I think Mattel is doing all the right decisions right now. I think the only thing we need left for at least the kids line is vehicles and play sets,
which we have confirmed are coming.
Okay, good. That is like that is a big core of Masters.
Yeah, where's our Castle Grayskull, right?
Yeah. So like, I think Mattel really are hitting off the board because I think the problem when because I think the problem with let's say when they did the start on Massiverse and the CG show toy line is they definitely have put a lot more effort on Massiverse than the CG toy line, and it's why
the CG toy line being all gimmicky figures was lame.
Yeah, here I'm glad Mattel feel like they learned their lesson and like putting effort on both sides and not like one-siding it and such, which I think is good. I'm glad they're fixing that mistake and such.
K-Boy says, "Will the kids line do well because most modern kids know about He-Man? Whether they know it or not, the movie's supposed to get them in, and then the toys keep them going. Yeah, that's kind of the whole strategy.
That's the point of this movie. Is hopefully the movie is, and again, I think they are marking the movie pretty damn well. Yeah. By the looks of it,
they've been doing a really solid job, and I'm hoping this all works. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is going to be, if this can be big, it'll be great.
I hope. One thing I'll say is I hope Mattel puts out the shows out again better. And like better quality, because I was watching the 10X series yesterday with my partner, and there has to be better masters because holy crap, it looks awful.
That's also Mill Creek compressing the DVDs.
I know, right? Like there has to be the masters have to be out. The actual like video masters have to be out there somewhere.
They gotta be somewhere for sure.
Because seeing the show, because that 10X show looks so good. And everything looks so good, but like seeing it compressed.
It's a digital show, so it should be able to be released in HD without actually having to do anything.
It seems it compressed badly. I'm like, oh god, please, Mattel, release the please, like actually find the masters and actually. Like,
and then just like hit up somebody like freaking.
I mean,
Mill Creek even giving them another go, but give them HD masters. They'll actually do a Blu-ray. Also, Veloquent says, I know you have a big Castle Grayskull playset. Would you actually get a new one? No, probably not. I have not. I've only bought 2. I bought the classics, and then I bought the origins, and I don't really have room for the origins, and I'm kind of thinking of selling it, because I'm out of space. But I really love my classics one, and I've been putting Masterverse in my classics Castle Grayskull. That's been my solution, because I'm really happy with it. I don't think I'd buy another one for this movie unless I come out of that movie and I'm just like crying from how beautiful it is, and I'm like, I need all the toys.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because think about it. I was thinking about it recently, where it's like Travis Knight is like one of the few examples of a good nepo baby. Because I
Yes,
keep forgetting he is a nepo because he's the son of the
the
owner of
Nike guy.
Nike.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like unlike other
But,
nepo
like-
babies,
As I
he's like,
tell Soundout, I told Soundout the other day, the funniest thing is that for a Nepo baby, right? Because he's in a different entire field of profession, like, it doesn't really, I think, affect him as much.
yeah, he's
That
not
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what-
shoe
I'm
business,
gonna
so
go
people
into
won't
sneaker
remember.
making.
Yeah,
yeah, that's the thing. Is like unlike other nepo babies, he uses money. His money is I want to make stop motion films.
yeah.
That's why like even when Leica films don't do well, they're not gonna get any trouble because they rely back on the Nike money and
He's
stuff like that.
basically the antithesis of David Ellison.
Yeah.
So,
It's that meme of the good path and the dark path. Dark
Yep.
path is David Ellison, good path is Travis
that was
Knight.
night. Yeah, exactly. So that was our second toy line that Mattel announced this past week. Are you ready for the third and probably the biggest one out of all of them? Because I am. I'm actually. This is the. I'm going to say I'm excited about the He-Man stuff. I'm excited about DC. But I gotta tell you, this last one I'm the most excited about.
And the real plot twist to make Masters of the Universe even more ridiculous is they're like, oh yeah, also Street Sharks exist in this universe.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
And
they
extreme
can't.
dinosaurs.
I mean, they can't. That's the beauty of Masters is the fact you kind of can throw anything to it and it just fit because the turning is just that weird.
Biker mice from Mars.
Biker Mice from Mars. I think
Who
Nacelle
owns
does
that
Nacelle
one?
own.
That would be funny.
Does Nacelle own Biker Mice
I
from
think
Mars, the
Nacelle owns
property?
them.
I think they own the
Yeah.
property now, right?
Yeah, I think they.
All right, you guys ready for the biggest toy line of this year? I'm gonna just call it now. I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be
Is
the
it my
biggest.
legs?
It's K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh,
it's
So
not gonna be
it's
then.
funny you mentioning that because I saw merch already.
yes, the
Yeah.
merch started rolling out because Sony didn't think this was
Literally
going to be
today.
anything and threw it to Netflix, and Netflix didn't think it was going to be anything, and then now it's winning Grammys and Golden Globes, and it's like the
Probably the
most
best-
viewed movie ever. Like,
Probably the fastest I've seen toy line get produced and released in the last
this is quick.
while.
This is really quick. I think Mattel got the license, and they're just like, get them out, let's go. But then I was worried they would be low quality, but in fact, it's the opposite. So let's go through this. First of all, we have these dolls at the top, which I know we're not like a doll channel, but this has to be discussed.
I mean, your mom. How did your mom rate them?
My mom thinks they look great. These are definitely done by the team that did the Wicked dolls because they have these are, by the way, for context, these cost less than Marvel Legends.
These are the budget.
Oh, really?
These are they're like the budget dolls, and they look good.
These
they
are
look
like
good.
$25 a piece, I think. And you can see that okay, they don't have real zippers, but other than that,
the joints are exposed, but
but they have joints.
Still.
They can still pose. They also people were pointing out the Mira having fabric boots is kind of insane for a budget doll because that's a lot of
really?
it's specific details. Normally they'd be done in plastic or paint. The hairstyles, obviously, I do think it's really funny that they have just the basic doll line is the Huntrix girls plus one Saja boy, the one who had character. This is the actual product. This is actual legit because they put this out in a press release. They also have the American Girl dolls as Huntrix, which I checked around. Yes, these are the first American Girl dolls to have weapons. So that's fun. They have Furbies.
That's the Hasbro. Those are the Hasbro products.
That's the Hasbro product. Just so you guys know, Mattel got we get to make the cool stuff, and Hasbro's like, fine, we'll make Furby.
You have all the gimmicky stuff.
Hasbro is making the weapons, which is actually pretty cool. Roleplay weapons are a thing that's not super common that much, and these are Nerf. So Hasbro's Nerf brand is getting to do Zoro
nothing.
swords, and they're getting to do these. So
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
no,
can whack people without hurting them because they're probably gonna be made out of foam.
yeah,
Just don't forget
it's Nerf
the
or
old
nothing.
tagline of "It's Nerf or nothing," but now Nerf is actually considered nothing by Nerf players.
No, yeah,
Go
because
for third party.
we talk about Hasbro doing bad on the other brands, but I have seen nothing but hate from Hasbro for the Nerf community because they've been doing bad
Oh yeah,
for them.
no Nerf. Like if you wanted to get a Nerf guy in here, you'd have to add Demon Wolf, and he would tell you everything wrong with Nerf right now.
So what you're telling me is
Yeah.
they've
Give you
nerfed
a
Nerf.
TED talk.
They
Yeah,
nerfed
no,
Nerf.
literally.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
No, literally.
It's literally Nerf is nothing.
Yep.
That's their
Every other-
tagline now.
Every
Nerf
other
is Nerf worse than nothing.
literally every other blaster company every other like dart blaster company is doing innovative things for like the older audience and also making good kid stuff, where Hasbro was like, we must save every fraction of a cent because they make the cheapest blasters but cost the most still, like.
The other thing Hasbro's making, which is actually genius, is light sticks. This is a big
Let's say,
thing in K-pop for everybody that knows, like, you know, buying the light
No,
stick and going to the concert.
what?
I mean,
What are you
you look at
talking
I'm
about?
informing the people.
I mean, you look at any Miku
Sound out.
concert.
A lot of your people in here probably are Precure fans. They're
I
aware.
know. I'm just
Or
there's
see, or,
I know
or,
I am.
or see Miku Hatsune Miku concerts.
point being, light sticks are a big deal, and Hasbro's like, here
Listen,
you go.
you got to
light
put
sticks.
Miku in the box. Miku's
Okay,
not in the
can't wait.
cardboard box. We have a problem.
So I can't wait to see whenever they do another like film, like a theater showing a K-pop thing. I expect every fan to have these.
Oh yeah.
Then
Oh, definitely. The theaters are going to be concerts for the next screening. But yeah, I also think it's clever too that they have multiple lights. They didn't cheap out on this. And then Mattel showed these, which are the singing dolls. These are 27 apiece. Obviously, they're wearing the golden outfit, so they're probably singing golden. That seems like a logical place to go. If they're like the Wicked singing dolls, they have less articulation, but they sing. And the speaker quality on those singing Wicked dolls is pretty good. So I think this should be pretty solid. So that's the initial lineup, right? But let's talk about the thing that kind of blew my mind. The 6-inch action figures. Because they said they were doing these, and I was like, okay, let's see what we got action figure wise. So the 6-inch action figures, basically, it's obviously we got Huntrix and we got all 5 Sacha boys, which is actually pretty cool. I wasn't sure they'd make all of them. So let's go through these. First of all, they're pretty articulated. We're getting single joints, but they're single joints the way that Figuarts does single joints, whereas they actually have a lot of range to them, right?
Oh, okay.
So they have that, like, they've got deep bends on them, because like Zoe's knees are essentially Daima Goku's knees, right?
I would say I really like how they did Zoe's knee sculpt, because sometimes with knee sculpts they look pretty hideous. Sometimes I saw Storm Marina Sagat, and those knees are pretty
Yeah.
ugly looking when you bend them and stuff like that. I mean, also look at the accessory loadout.
Yeah,
So,
let's talk about this. So, like, just so everybody knows, when we're looking at a Marvel Legends figure that costs $28, we get a couple hands, maybe a weapon. Whereas here's a $22 6-inch figure of Zoe that comes with 2 alternate faceplates or 2 dagger sets, snacks, alternate hands, and a stand.
I mean, the fact they come with the fact that Mattel's now doing the faceplate game also
Yeah.
is like, whoa! I wasn't expecting to do. Also, I was expecting them to do the faceplates.
And
I'm
then
all for it.
So then we got Rumi, which I find it funny. The only Rumi promo shot we got so far is just her eating, which is very on brand. So she's got food, accessories, sword, faceplates, stand. They're gonna obviously do multiple versions of the main
Of
three.
course, yeah.
This is not the last time we're gonna see them come out. So then we also got Mira, and so I like that they got scene specific accessories. I love that Mira has the hot water pot, because that was one of my favorite moments of that movie that started winning me over, was when she started bashing a demon in the face with a freaking hot
with a
water
pot.
pot.
Yeah.
So these are great. And then also, the dolls are all about the same size, right? All the dolls are about the same height. But you can see in this photo, even though they are posed, they do have the different heights for the 3 girls. So, oh yeah, that's a good point. Mr. Duke said a woman with more than 2 extra hands? Right?
Not just the same hands over again.
Yeah, and while Zoe has single joint knees because of her baggy pants, Rumi and Mira have double jointed knees. So these are crazy. Getting to the Saja boys, they're based on the soda pop scene, so they have accessories for the soda pop scene. So with Jinyu, you've got 2 extra faces, one of which is like his really creepy smile, which I appreciate. He's got a microphone. He's got the frickin' tonic they got from the sketchy clinic that could get you a magic elixir for anything. He's got the soda can. He's got the glasses. He's got 6 extra hands because he's got demon claws, and he's also got dance moves plus a stand. Again, $22. Hasbro, what the hell?
I'm glad they put in because the characters are essentially the Sajas are known for doing the soap opera dance. So if you want to pose them in those dancing poses, great. They come with stands.
Yes. The ab guy comes with 2 extra faces, 4 hands, the sketch of his abs, plus the soda can. So that's hilarious. And then I don't remember this guy's name, but he comes with stuff.
Is this baby boy?
This is a baby, yeah, baby face guy, yeah. He comes with an extra hat, which I thought was interesting because I think you can have his hat facing forward or backward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's pretty awesome. And
the
then mystery
boy, which I love is to keep the mystery of his face. He comes with ultra heads instead of faceplate.
Yeah, everybody else's faceplates, but they're like, no, you don't get to see his eyes.
Only Zoe saw it, but we didn't see it.
He also comes with a light stick, which I think is cool. Because that way he can steal people's souls.
That's why he comes with the extra hand, like an extra hand to hold, so he can hold the light stick.
Yeah. So these are. Oh, sorry. There's one more. The pretty boy. And he comes with a heart. Did he steal somebody's heart, or was that just a?
Yeah, that was like visual gag. Yeah,
visual gag, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are great. And then on top of that, there is a 2-pack of Rumi and Jinyu from the big final sequence, which I think is probably a precursor of another set of Saja boys in the Your Idol outfits, and of course also more Huntrix. Here's another shot of them where they're in action poses, and you can kind of see like how insane the articulation range is for these. These are not easy designs to translate to plastic because of how thin all the body parts are, but they just packed them out like crazy. And the 2-pack's $44. So the fact they're $22 a piece, but they come with like these insane accessory loadouts.
I'll put this in Sheen Chat so you can compare.
Yes.
The Legends. So, Sony. Both of these are Sony Sony animated movies, one done by Hasbro, one done by Mattel.
Yeah, and so this is a brilliant thing. So yeah, of course, here's our Hasbro Spider-Verse where you get 2 hands, extra head, 2 hands, extra head, hand, guitar. And then Mattel, it's like faceplates, hands, food, weapons, stand, faceplates, hands, food, weapons, stand. Like that. That's the comparison right here. I gotta tell you, like,
and somehow the Spider-Verse figures are more expensive.
Spider-Verse figures were $25, and now they're going to be $28 when the next movie comes around. Whereas the KPop Demon Hunters figures, I will say, because the He-Man figures are $25, I imagine Mattel is like, we're going to sell a ton of these so we can lower the price per unit a little bit to make sure we sell even more of them, which is what you call good strategic business. Hasbro doesn't know what that is. So this lineup, let me get to this. There's this great graphic that just was like an overview of everything. And there's also a Battle Roomy Deluxe doll that's got like crazy details too. This is insane. This is amazing, and it's very impressive to see a rollout to this caliber. Seemingly less than a year after the movie came out, when nobody had prep time for it. They knew they got to hit this fast, and I think it's smart. Also, I'm kind of tempted to get the Little People sets because those are kind of cute. I have the Little People X-Men, and now I'm like, oh, I kind of want Little People sets, and I know that's a problem, and I shouldn't buy them. Also, I want the Uno cards. The Uno cards would be fun. So yeah, this is just what this is the Mattel side of things. Hasbro's doing the Furbies and the stuff too. Mr. Doogie says, I know there's Spider-Man tax, but for $28, it should at least getting as many accessories as the Demon Boys have. Exactly. Yeah, so exciting. Looking forward to I'm really looking forward to the action figures. I think the dolls look nice, but the action figures are like, ooh, I just want to get some cool action figures to pose around, because that's what it looks like. They look like just really good figures. And yeah. And Velquin says, hey, is Mattel secretly good? Is the DC line in good hands going forward? Mattel's been up and down for a while, but if we're looking at the new kids-focused DC figures, if we're looking at the new He-Man stuff, we're looking at KPop Demon Hunters, collector DC should be pretty great, based on the current track record we got going on.
Again, if they use the same bucks as the He-Man figure, as the Masters figures, they're gonna be poseable. The DC is gonna be very poseable by the looks of it.
And if they keep the scale close to Marvel Legends scale, I think it's really gonna help sell everything. Because DC and Marvel have never been in the same scale before. It's because they don't need to be. But I think it'd be good for everybody if they were in the same scale. I feel like we've never had that, and I think that would get everybody on board pretty quick. And so, it's exciting. Now, let's take a look at what Hasbro did over the week. They announced that they're getting the license for the Street Fighter movie.
What?
Oh boy.
Why? First of all, it doesn't
I
seem like a
mean-
kid-focused movie. Second of all, it seems a little too dipped in 90s nostalgia. I know we just talked about He-Man. That's a different conversation. And third of all, there's already two
But, I mean-
companies making Street Fighter figures that I guarantee are still going to be better than what Hasbro can do.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Because I mean, you talk about nostalgia, because they really made an emphasis point of like, oh, we did the first Street Fighter toys or the GI Joe Street Fighter line. Like,
Those weren't
okay.
good either.
Yeah, those are clearly
just
like
wondering-
clearly like.
Who needs a Guile that's also like? No, I have Guile, but I need Cody Rhodes Guile specifically. I mean, like, who's asking for?
Because Cody Rhodes doesn't even have a different costume in the movie. It's just Guile with a
Yeah,
different dude's face.
Yeah, I was just, you can literally just take a Cody Rhodes figure and stick it on a Guile
Yeah.
body if you really want.
Take the Jada Guile figure. If I had Cody Rhodes figure, give him Guile's hair, give him a custom Guile hair
And you're
like
done.
sculpt, and you're done. Yeah, the body's not realistic, but who cares?
Yeah, Psycho said they need the new year indie line. Yeah, why does Hasbro keep doing this to themselves? Like they're like, let's get a new license and then just not do anything with it. Last year it was Tron. I guess the Tron Legacy figures are never coming out. I guess if we don't see those Tron Legacy figures at Toy Fair, they're never happening.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I get making movie tie-in lines, but it's just like this is the type of movie where I don't get why is getting a movie tie-in line. Because
I don't feel like any kids are going to go see Street Fighter. It does not look like a movie that kids would be into. Like Masters of the Universe, sure.
Real.
K-pop Demon Hunters was made for kids. It was like the first thing made for kids in a while that wasn't a reboot of an old property. This we don't even like it, and we're Street Fighter fans.
I don't know who's in charge. I was not sure if it was Capcom in charge of getting the license or it was Legendary, but like still like it's like was it really? I doubt like if people want a Ryu figure, they will get either the Jaded or Storm Ryu figure
Yeah.
for that like domestic figure price and such like that.
Also, as people
I
are
mean-
pointing out in the chat, why not Mattel? Because they have WWE where half the cast is.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And that's the thing. It's
Exactly.
like no matter what, like if Hasbro did a 6-inch line for this movie, they're gonna be instantly compared to Jada and Storm. And we honestly, let's be honest here, we know that they're not gonna make as good figures as Jada and
Mhm.
Storm.
They're not even going to make as good as figures from Mattel right now, as we're about to talk about. If you work for Hasbro, just know we're not roasting you because we don't care. It's because we do. All right.
Well, that's because that's the thing. Like like.
Oh, that's
it's
true. It
kind
is.
of-
It is through Legendary would have done the licensing for the movie. That's
I
what Mr. Doogie mentioned that, and that's true. It does say Hasbro and Legendary, so they're the ones that would have said, "Hey, we need Hasbro." But then also, why didn't
Yeah.
you go to Playmates? They could use the work.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, that's the thing is like because it's not like I don't trust Hasbro making good Street Fighter figures, but that's the thing. We already had good Street Fighter figures, and it's not
The
like Hasbro
collector
cannot
world
do-
doesn't need a third 6-inch Street Fighter line.
And that's the thing. I don't know what Hasbro can really do to make their figures better than Jada because it depends. Because I don't.
Because like if the movie is as bad as we think it's gonna be, like that's not gonna sell them either. They're just gonna shelf warm.
And also, like, when it comes to, like, teams, like, if it was the Marvel team making these figures, then maybe I could expect some kind of these articulations. But if this is their usual, like, I always kind of dub it the movie tie-in team, like
the Star Wars.
Star Wars or Indie or the Tron, then, like, I don't expect some good I expect some single jointed knees and elbows,
Yeah.
which again, we talk about, like, single joints are fine when they're
Maybe the G.I.
have
Joe
range.
team's working on it because they happened to mention the G.I. Joe thing.
I mean, that's the only way they can make this line unique is a tribute to the OJ Joe Street Fighter line.
Yeah.
We did that to ANC, but it's like a okay scenario.
Speaking of okay, apparently yesterday was G.I. Joe Day, so instead of having a fan stream or anything, they just sent out some press images of some figures.
We care about our franchises, right? So that's what they're saying. They care.
I mean, as we're gonna get into with the Transformers stuff, the biggest problem with Hasbro is bring back your fan streams because man, I feel
Bring
like a lot
back.
of the
They fired too many marketing people, and now we just there's no enthusiasm coming out of the company, so why should we care?
Also, it's having so much uproar because the biggest problem we're gonna get to is the fact that people had to theorize. It wasn't theorize
Yes.
what the figure did until the designer finally posted the
Let's-
thing they did.
Let's look at these GI Joes I don't care about, and then we'll move to that. I don't remember the names of these, so let me try to figure this out. Okay, this is the Hydro
just-
Viper. I wish they put the names on the images just to make this is not the Hydro Viper. That's
That's
airtight.
That's airtight.
That's
Hydro
airtight.
Viper's the guy who fights. Hydro Viper's like the guy who fights. Which I actually do like the. I actually do like the Hydro Viper's weird demon.
Yes.
Demon garb.
There's the Hydro Viper. He looks cool. I didn't know there was a Hydro Viper.
I Cobra Overkill. Like I might be interested because wasn't Overkill? Like, a
I
big
know
character?
Overkill from Valor versus Venom.
Yeah, he was a big character in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And like also I really like his design. So that one I actually might get. Also,
That
like
one's. I mean, that one I can tell they were just like, oh, we need to reuse Battle Armor Cobra Commander. Which is smart.
I didn't realize he was using
It's the legs.
reused parts.
It's the legs.
Okay,
Yeah.
it looks nice.
He does
I
look
mean,
cool. I
like-
think out of everybody, that's the one I would get. That's kind of how
I
I've
feel
been
like-
lately with Joe. It's like I want like one out of each wave, and I think this is the one.
I see him like I feel like they're kind of preparing his Energon Universe appearance because he
Yeah.
looks very Energon Universe coded, which I'm looking forward to see that because Overkill, from what I know, very cool character.
See,
I
and this
can't
is
wait to
why
see
I
that.
wish they would do a fan stream, because what are we supposed to do with this? What do you mean we have a silhouette of Wild Bill? Why even?
That's kind of
We
Is he
already
just not
have
ready?
Wild Bill. He came with the Dragonfly, and is this like a
oh yeah, okay.
single release of him? Why is he in a silhouette? What's the point of this?
Is he just not ready?
And if he's not ready, why'd you give us a silhouette? A silhouette of a digital render is the weakest reveal I've ever seen. Because
Because I love Joe, but they are just dudes at the end of the day.
and it says classified, identity unknown, intel sealed. But it's not Wild Bill. Like, who else wears a cowboy hat in G.I. Joe? Very weird. And then we got another 2-pack of 2 lesser known dudes, which I think is a smart way to get some of these characters out. This one is Red Dog and Taurus, who
Were
are
these guys from the movie?
they're from the they're part of Sergeant Slaughter's group from the movie.
Yeah, I recognize the Jersey dude.
Yeah,
there.
and so that goes with the Slaughter and Mercer 2-pack, but I also just wish those were single because I just want Mercer. I don't need another Slaughter. I don't know what the point of 2-packs are with G.I. Joe when these are just as obscure as anybody in main retail waves. I don't know why they have to be packed together, right? Like, if you look at like what we looked at, right? If you look at like, you know, the Hydro Viper or Airtight, they're not any more obscure than these.
I mean,
two.
those two. It's weird those two are not a 2-pack because
They are. Yeah,
those guys they meant to go with each other. They meant
Yeah.
to
I'm
go with
pretty
each
sure
other.
no one wants these figures sound out. These figures look weird.
Well, that's the thing is that like we've hit a point with Classified where they're starting to just lose everybody because they went through all the major stuff.
They're going to
What
Club
to do
Shield.
is give us just more deluxe figures with just a bunch of weapons because I want the weapons
mean,
more than the figures.
Well, yeah, they are.
They are, but they did, and they're sitting in clearance at Target because no one's buying them because the price went up to $45 a figure for the deluxe figures.
No matter what, Classify is still a good toy line. Let's not feel like we're like hating on Classify now. And I still think even with the price creep, they're still the most like
They've always been
worth
the best
it.
bang for your buck at Hasbro, but because the price of everything went up, I think a lot of us kind of just dropped GI Joe out because the characters.
And also the problem is too is that GI Joe doesn't always appeal to everyone. Like people want cool army figures, but people don't care about the Joes. It's one of those weird catch-22.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
some people don't.
I feel like they have done a good balance. I think those what are they called? The generic like fireman, police guy.
Yeah.
I forget that they've been doing that. I like they've been doing the Joes and those deluxe job guys. And so I think they've been doing job. I just think we're getting a little too club shadowy, and I don't mind that. But this is why you need a balance of like I think we need to have another like. This is why you need to keep like.
Why
characters
haven't
like
we had a
Snake Eyes.
Duke in like 3 years?
Yeah, because the retro card came out last year, so like
no,
okay,
the retro card was like 2. I covered the retro card in a rundown.
Yeah. But like
So,
we
yeah.
have another. Oh wait, I keep saying we need our Snake Eyes, but the Snake Eyes with the
GI
Tinder-
We just got the
problem
bear.
is
We
I
got
don't
the
even
Snake
have a
Eyes with
new
the bear
card.
last year, and we got the Snake Eyes V3. We got 2 Snake Eyes last year.
The real
I think
problem
it's-
why
I think
GI Joe feels weird is that they don't ever want to put out new cartoons for it.
I think the problem is that we need to get some. Really need to get the Energon Universe stuff now. I think
Yeah.
we need to get the Energon, and like I know
And
some
not,
of the
not
Energon
just like
Universe,
figures like Nemesis Immortal, who also is the Energon Universe design. Like, we should
Yeah,
be
yeah.
having like Baroness and CoverGirl and Clutch and
because I know some of the designs
new
in the Energon
guy.
Universe are. I know some designs in the Energon Universe are based off the classified, but some that are new. Like Duke is not the same as
Yeah.
its classified design, for example.
Like they could be doing
those are-
they could be doing a Duke and a Cobra. Like all the characters in the Energon universe could come out again in their Energon universe designs. Like Baroness is wearing a GI Joe outfit right now. Why is that not already a toy?
It's a good way to get the characters out, like the known characters out again, while
Yeah.
also feeling fresh. It's not like fresh again. It's
And I
that
wouldn't
classical,
mind like a go back on some of the characters we have gotten. Like Shipwreck's pretty well known. Why didn't we get his 2000s one where he has like a modern
Guys,
sailor outfit?
here's a real question. Where's our Sigma 6
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
honestly, I do think we need those variation, like the Sigma 6 suits or the Renegades designs, or
like we definitely don't need to be in a place like where Transformers where we get 7 Optimus Primes a year. But I think we should have at least like a Duke and a Cobra Commander every year.
A Duke, a Cobra, like the core, a Duke, a Cobra Commander, a Snake
Scarlet,
Yeah, you need to at least have a variation
Scarlet,
of
a
them
Baroness.
every year, every 2 years.
Yeah.
With options.
Like it's like we said, it's like we said about
the problem it feels like is Joe's have all these like as Ryan said, they have a lot of glub shittos, and after a while it's like how many people are going to care? And the fact, like I said, and the fact that we have no show.
I've read
for
450 GI
merchandise.
Joe comics, and I don't know who any of these characters are, except for like one. But there's 2 more reveals here. We got this lady who I don't know who she is, but she comes with the vehicle. I think she's a Dreadnought. I think she might be new.
Zana and Dreadnought Chameleon.
I think she's new. I feel like she's new.
Yeah, I think she feels like a character that will appear in Energon Universe. I actually like her design.
Yeah. And then we got Ninja Force Zartan.
Wait, why is Shotzi Blackheart here?
Pixel Dan's happy.
Pixel Dan's happy. But the fact that out of this whole group, right, the only character that I actually recognize is Overkill, and then a variant of Zartan that I don't have any interest in. That's just me. But the thing is, I feel like, but getting to the point, I think that we have gotten so glup shitty with the lineup that nobody's joining in on classified new anymore. I've not seen anybody get into it now because I think you don't have the core characters available.
And that's the thing. I love Joe, but unlike say Masters, the Joe glub shoes are just more dudes. They don't really have the crazy designs to care. Like Masters have a lot of glub shoes, but they have extreme glub shoes.
Airtight's just a dude in a jumpsuit.
Yeah, where like
they had to give the Hydro Viper a crazy like webbed hand and a demon mask to make him interesting. Overkill is just cool. He's like a killer robot. And these 2 dudes, I think also I have a problem with this. And this is an actual issue with the line, I think. We get too many figures that are just the 80s cartoon look, where we have basically, here's my thing. We have, instead of having 2 lines, one that's 80s cartoon and one that's like modern reinterpretations, they just kind of throw both in at once. So like, for example, you could have like a modern version of all the main Joes, except Shipwreck is only 80s cartoon. Destro is only 80s cartoon. And so it's kind of like, it's a balance that I wish was a little bit structured. Because like we said, if we introduce the Energon Universe versions, those have like the same vibe. Like Energon Universe Destro has the same vibe of 80s Destro, but he's got a modern flair to him that I think makes him more interesting.
Can I just have my Cobra Commander sound out? I just want my Cobra Commander.
I know you want a live action movie Retaliation Cobra Commander. We all do, but the best you're going to get is the Larry Hama comic having the same design, but in blue.
Honestly,
I know, but I want my commander.
Yeah.
I honestly think, going back to Masters, I think Masters has I think Mattel has really got a good balance on Masterverse with their new designs and old designs mixed in better than Classified, because I feel like Classified is strictly either new or old, where like with Masterverse you have a nice, either the figure comes with both, like you could change it to make the old look or make it to a new look, or you just have one figure. You hear his man at arms again, but he looks like the original toy with no mustache.
Yeah, I got Mosquito at my comic shop this weekend, and he just looks like the 80s design with some modern flair, like the wings and the new gun and everything. And I like that, because I feel like it's like, okay, we took the spirit of the '80s design and brought it into the current day.
The new Eternia
Yeah.
line for Masterverse was such a good, I think, a good refresh for the line.
And then they came with like, you know, extra heads, so like you could have like concept art He-Man, or you could have like a more modern take on He-Man. I think that's the brilliance there. Because I think like when we did the Cold Slither pack that was just the '80s cartoon designs, they started using parts from that, and so I don't know if I don't know if this is getting too much into the weeds, but the 2-pack of the dudes from the movie don't have enough detail to blend into the rest of the line. Does that make sense? Am I talking crazy? Yeah.
It's getting to the point where I do think cosplay is kind of having a sort of identity crisis. I think they really need to introduce the Energon Universe sooner than later.
I think that'd be the best thing to do, is just start pumping in Energon Universe figures like ASAP.
And not just the Joe, like again, in the Void Rivals characters, because they're practically Joe characters at this point. Also with the Cobra
Also,
Law.
because we keep getting the Cobra Law stuff, which is the stuff I'm most interested in Classified. But the Cobra Law stuff, we need the Void Rivals characters to be in the same scale as them. But like, you know, because here's the thing, like let me pull this image up we got from the first G.I. Joe issue.
Damn Destiny.
All right, so look here. What do we got here? We've got, this is what I call a great lineup, right? So Baroness in the G.I. Joe armor, why is that not already a toy? That blew people's minds when that got revealed. Why do we not have Power Glide's girlfriend as a figure already? She's a major player.
Hold up. Can you zoom in? Because she's now dummy thick.
She is, yes.
No, she is.
There's other covers that will go any crazier.
Why
Destro has like cool armor, so he's still got the '80s collar, but he's got a modern update. Mercer is really cool. The twins have a great new update. This Risk, the new guy.
Yet? Why do we have Clutch yet? Clutch, my favorite character in.
Clutch came with the Vamp, and was a Pulse exclusive.
Was it this design?
It wasn't. It was the '80s design. Let's see.
That's what I mean. Why do we have that cover? I love that. I love Cover Girl's look in Energon Universe. Also, again, Duke. Like I love Duke in. Energon. I love Energon Universe Duke, and the fact we don't have a proper version of that look for Duke is kind of baffling to me.
See, here's the Clutch we got, which is it's the '80s look, and it's like very distinctively '80s. Let me zoom into even further.
I mean, hell, you know what they could do is for Energon Universe Clutch, not only make the figure look like him, but make the Jeep Hound, like not transforming, but just make the Ultimo look like Hound.
Make the Jeep Hound, and then suddenly, a lot of people will be
Transformers fans will be pissed somehow because non.
I know because they hate G.I. Joe. I know, yeah.
Stalker also has his own design. Like all these are great updates. That Cobra Commander kicks ass. These should all be toys. The fact we have 0 of these as toys, and the only toys we got for Energon Universe are toys where they, like for example, with Nemesis Immortal, they said we want to use them in the comic, and then Hasbro's like, we're making a new figure of them. Here's the design. Have fun. Like that's the only way that we've gotten Energon Universe figures is because they happen to be in the comic. Why do we not have these designs as toys? This comic has been going on for a while. We had 4 miniseries, and we are getting a deluxe hardcover of the new comic this year. There is plenty of material. It's been plenty of time. It's been like 2 years, right?
It's been 2 years since the whole Joe universe, the Joe Energon Universe show started. Yeah, even count. Yeah, we done Duke, Cobra, Scarlet, and Deathstroke. Yeah, it's been going for 2 years.
Duke has had this design since. Let me pull this up. Not Duke, the 1979 TV series. Duke has had this design since December 2023. So it's not an excuse of, oh, we haven't had time to make them yet. They've had time. They just don't. They don't. We talk about Marvel over synergizing. Hasbro doesn't synergize at all. Like, it's just like when we were talking about how Alita 1 took a whole ass year to come out after Transformers 1.
In fact, we don't have Shredhead yet.
Yeah.
From Transformers. So weird.
The fact that like the only thing for Energon Universe we got was a Comic-Con set with a couple O-ring figures of Solak and Solia and Darak. I gave them a ship name, Solak. But no, the fact that's all we got is crazy. Because like there's so much more we could work with here. Also like Rock and Roll, you could just reuse most of his classified figure and just put him out again.
Hell yeah, that's means some that are based on the classified. That's a good re-release there.
Muteki says they're trying to avoid New Look mishap when Classified first came out. I don't know. I feel like the line was selling better then than it did later.
This is, I mean, the books has now been established now.
Yeah.
The comics been established now. There's no like, oh, these designs are too new for me. Like, this book is 2 years old now. This whole universe, this whole
universe is over 2 years old at this point. It's time to be working with
people
it.
People have gotten used to the designs, and the fact that it's gotten positive reviews and everything like that, it shows that people like this G.I. Joe comic.
And don't tell me Dummy Thick Power Glide girlfriend wouldn't sell. Because she would.
I mean, I was talking about Baroness too, but
Yeah,
as
well.
I mean, look, Arizona Universe Baroness is the baddie, but she's good this time. She's one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, but I don't care. She's still thick.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, we're gonna get the transform. We're gonna get the transform in a second, but we got Power Glide. We need
his evil Cobra girlfriend. The thing is,
man, I kind of hope they adapt that for the comics. Like Romeo Juliet. I want that Romeo Juliet story right there.
I want it to be that's the reason she switches sides for love.
Yes.
That'd be funny.
We need to also have a joke in the comics where somehow like they go to the multiverse.
I just realized something they could do.
Like, see, why can't
Power Glide and then what's her name, Anastasia? Anyways, the two of them they fall in love, and Power Glide joins Cobra, and he gets painted up like a Cobra Rattler.
Oh my God! Yes, yes.
G.I. Joe.
Yeah, because he thinks they're the good guys.
Yes.
They convince he's the good guy. That's what
my hot blonde girlfriend said that you're the good guy, so I'll join you. Yeah, exactly.
But you're the bad guy, and then he just has the whole Zangief moment. We're the bad guys. What?
Yeah.
And now we need to get Sea Spray's mermaid girlfriend's white rivals because that's in space. We could go to her planet.
Exactly. I was gonna say I just realized this cover has foreshadowing. I didn't realize because we found out later that the Jeep that Clutch had was Hound the whole time, and I just noticed they snuck these random bits of robot, but there's a robot arm here. Right, and it's like they're standing on the remains of Transformers is the idea, but they put a robot arm next to Hound, like foreshadowing that he was going to be in this. Anyways, G.I. Joe needs a refresh. It really does. Let's talk about our other favorite Hasbro line, Transformers, where nothing goes wrong at all.
Oh boy.
Let's start with Prime Smokescreen because I think he looks pretty good. Actually,
good.
I love him.
I would
him now.
He definitely is just the car former. Like I can see so many repaints for this mold alone.
He's bigger and bulkier than he should be, but I love him.
Yeah, I can see IEW Bumblebee. I can see some Jazz repaints. And so, also, I do like he does have this little communicator
screen if you went to
on
the
his
gym.
arm. Yeah. He has this little was a face shift there. I forget the specific thing.
Yeah, the thing that he could is it invisibility that he could use?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like something like, that's cool. I like to include that detail.
I do see Prime Bumblebee coming out of this too. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that too. There's so many characters with this design alone that I can see like 50 repaints with this mold alone.
Yeah.
Also, for anyone wondering, his chest does slide into place a lot better.
Good old
he looks like him
man.
Wheels, or no?
Do I look like what?
No, if the figure looks like him too, I put a snapshot.
Let's see.
Stream chat? Okay, let me see.
Oh my God, he does.
Jay Decker, yeah. That's okay. I'm not the only one.
Oh yeah, he does.
He does look like
yeah,
Jay
Jay
Decker.
Look at that. Someone make that custom and send it to Jerry. He'll be very happy.
I love Braves.
Yes. I think it looks good though. I think this is like out of all the Prime figures that have been
the best one.
New mold, the new mold Prime figures. This is definitely the best one. For sure. I'm gonna get him. I've been skipping a lot of the Prime stuff from Legacy onward, but I think I'm gonna get him because I think he looks better than the. Should we go look at his old toys? I want to look at his old toys for a second.
I mean, one was a knockout.
One was knockout in Japan, and the other one was, we tried our best.
Yeah, one was clear budget to hell for Beast Hunters.
And I own all of them.
So do I.
I do because when they made the Takara one, we didn't know there was going to be a Hasbro one. We thought that was all we were getting because we remember Breakdown, right? Breakdown was like, Takara made Breakdown and Hasbro's not making Breakdown. And we're like, okay, if Takara makes it, that means Hasbro isn't. So
God, that was such a weird moment where it's like we couldn't break down because of budget or something weird like that.
They
I
said
forget
it
what
was safety issues, and I'm like, but didn't you guys make the mold? And it's like
Yeah.
Hasbro designers designed it, but yeah, it just didn't release over here. There's something weird
So
going on
weird.
at Prime after the first edition thing. All right, first toy he got was Knockout. It was just Knockout. Are they going to make him into Knockout, like as a reverse situation?
I mean, they already did Knockout, which is a
That's true.
horrible toy.
So Arms Micron Smokescreen was basically just Knockout with a new head and a lot of stickers, because that was what Arms Micron's deal was. They were basically model kits. And then during Beast Hunters, he got a new toy where he had so much false chest work done.
Yeah, because the design. Because I mean, Prime was infamous.
He does look like the animation model.
He does.
No, his paint's horrible. God, I forgot how badly painted he was.
He's supposed to be. He was kind of like a silverish white in the show, but he's just white in the toys because it's.
Well, he's not the white. It's more he's missing a lot. It's especially his head. That's like the wrong color for his head there.
And also, because of the Beast armor gimmick, that took part of the budget away, which is always the problem with Beast Hunters. And then you can just see how much kibble's hanging off of him in every single corner. And so then we come over here, and it's like, yeah, this is an upgrade. This is absolutely an upgrade to.
It's not like.
I wish it still looked closer to the model, but I'll take this.
It's still that G1ification for like all of the modern other universe stuff, but like it's gonna be a better toy no matter what. I'm pretty sure.
It feels like the animated figures where I'm like, this is not as animation accurate, but I think it's gonna be a better toy. So
Make them animated.
Smokescreen was my favorite design out of the Autobots. That wasn't the bigger ones. Out of the deluxe class ones, it was him and Wheeljack that had the best deluxe forms.
All right. Well, speaking of animated, here's Ratchet. Finally getting animated Ratchet out here. He is a extensive retool of Hoist from Earthrise,
right?
Hoist, yeah.
Hoist
Trailbreaker. I mean, good. I mean, the molar had the gut. Might as well use it.
Yeah, this is actually I gotta give him credit. This is a brilliant reuse because he already has, and that's true. He doesn't have clear plastic. That's good.
Also, I mean, my least favorite part of this mold is the back panel of the arms.
Yes,
it's still there, but they shrunk it, which I'm really glad.
Yeah, they shrunk that. They gave him his magnet arms. Plus, he comes with Doctor tools, which is really
which
cool.
I love. That was the only thing owning the toy, but I like that. I like he comes with those. That's cool. He actually looks like he looks one of the ones that feels like his price is a little more justified because he does come with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and he's also because we've had that mold before. He's really tall. That's a really tall mold. So
at this point, I do hope we do get I know we have the Prime bulkhead, but we need a proper animated bulkhead.
He needs to be around, or I'm gonna riot.
Yeah. We need. I mean, we just need him to complete. I guess sorry. I should say they should make a core class sorry or something like that to complete the team.
Yep.
The complete the Autobot team there for animated.
All right, and then we have Swerve. Can I make a nitpick?
Yes,
it's not a big deal. But I want him to nitpick.
He doesn't swerve when he drives.
Sure.
Not anymore.
This is me, business hat. Why do you have two figures of the same color scheme in the same wave?
Yeah, you're right. No, this whole wave. Besides this whole wave, because Smokescreen's part of this wave, right?
Oh my God, Smokescreen's part of this wave too. Why is the whole wave one color? Oh my God.
It's red. It's either red or white. I just realized.
Smokescreen's got red details too.
Hey, Valentine's Day.
Yes, the February. Yes, the February.
I mean, knowing Hasbro dates, these will probably be out in a week, right? They are all red and white. Oh my God. It's just like when I noticed that, I was trying to figure out why Thundercracker was the first new Secret get a new mold, and then somebody pointed out to me, yeah, because every figure around him is blue, and I was like, oh shit! This is actually a thing. Their color, is it a budget thing? Is that helping their budgets to just keep the same plastic in the molds to run a whole wave?
Maybe.
The problem is it's just gonna make the shelves. You're gonna have blinders. You're gonna see Ratchet and Swerve and Power Glide and Smokescreen, and then go wait, which one's which? It's all just the same color.
Nintendo's re-releasing the Virtual Boy. They thought they could do the same thing.
My God. Spider's Price said red and white, making Canada and Japan happy. Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, Swerve looks great. They retooled his legs, which is nice, and his head and his chest. So he's gears.
Maybe this is the scenario where it's he doesn't look bad, but my only version of Swerve I know is the IEW one. So the G1 design just kind of go because I was like, where's his first big
Hey,
blast?
Sound
I
out-
gotta ask though, why
Isn't
do we
sl-
keep having to remove the chest plate on this mold?
Yeah, okay, because
It-
with the original one, because that was during the open window box
Yeah.
packaging, so maybe I guess that. But for
But for the
Windows back
retro and for
again.
this, they have windows. Why do we keep removing the chest plate?
It Sound out.
Yes.
Isn't Swerve the one that Triptychon hilariously stepped on
on?
like a
Yes.
cartoon character?
Yes,
That's
yes.
the only reason the only reason I remember him is because he gets stepped on.
Yeah, because it's
Like, I remember one time, like, this was like a decade ago, Sound Out and me were like, hey, let's go watch this, because, like, Sound Out and me forgot who all the mini-bots were, and we saw that, and I think for, like, an entire hour, we just kept rewinding it and laughing our asses off, because me and Sound Out forgot that fight ended, like, so, Looney Tunes.
Swerve's three famous things: being crushed by Krypticon, the whole weird AVO Swerve thing, and
Yes.
IEW actually making him a character with him holding a bar.
Hellfire mentioned Swerve is using a fan model because Hasbro never checks their archives. I heard
Oh,
a
God.
rumor that Hasbro
Oh,
threw their
no.
archives out, and I believe it every single day.
How many times did they have to use the TF Wiki?
They keep using fan sources on stuff all the time. Like, Ruckus has a sculpted detail about a sticker that was placed wrong on the TF Wiki image of Ruckus.
Yeah.
And now we're using a fan animation model as our
I mean-
basis for Swerve. Here's the thing.
I mean,
I know it's not TF Wiki's job, and they shouldn't have to do this because Hasbro's a multi-billion-dollar company that can do this, but, like, TF Wiki mods, please start going through and checking, knowing that you dictate the future of how these toys are made.
I think after that the whole was it Ruckus? Was
Yeah.
the one with the opposite. I think after the Ruckus thing, they should probably go like.
They
"Uh-oh,
went and
we
changed
should-"
the Ruckus image. They went and got somebody that had the stickers in the right place and fixed it. Like, they need to be
I think
doing like a
that's-
top to bottom,
I-
check every
I think-
page and every image, because apparently Hasbro is using you as the primary source.
I think that's why M Cipher, because M Cipher, who's like one of the admins
Yeah.
of the TF Wiki, has done his little like short series of review looking at old Transformers. So I think that's probably one reason why he started that series, because he's taking new photos for the wiki.
I think so, because, like, I don't... Hasbro shouldn't be using a fan wiki as their primary source, but they are,
Like, I
so
know-
us
like,
as
I know
fans
TF
gotta do their work, apparently.
Like I know the TF Wiki is one of the best
Oh,
wikis out
funny
there.
story. Funny story. The fact that that we can say Hasbro and Oda have the same mindset.
Oda does that for attack names, but not for everything. That's the only difference.
No, the fact that Oda the fact that still needs the wiki to remember what the hell he's doing.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't care about writing battles. This is the thing. Oda doesn't care about writing battles in One Piece. So when he has to remember what a character's attack name is, he can't remember that. But he'll remember, oh, here's a guy from 400 chapters ago. I can remember his deal, but I can't remember, like, what was Sanji's kick this one time.
You think Toriyama looks at the Dragon Ball wiki?
Now.
He probably did at
No.
one point. Oh my god, this is what happened.
I don't think he did.
Guys, the other problem is there's 2 Transformers wikis and one sucks.
Oh,
yeah.
is one a fandom wiki?
Yes, the fandom wiki for Swerve has this image. Okay? This is the image on the fandom wiki, which is transformers.fandom.com. It's not TF Wiki, right? So you see this
No one should
image
ever
here?
go to Transformers
Yeah.
fandom.
Never go
That
to
one
this one.
sucks.
Sucks. It's terrible, okay? Here's a shot of Swerve from the
Like,
cartoon.
this is one time where the scumbags at TF Wiki win.
Exactly. This is a shot from the show. This is a fan model.
It's not just from the show. I think that's
This
from
is-
the actual fight he gets stepped
Yes,
on.
it's the only
Yeah.
scene he has in the show. This is see the toy? Fan model, show head. Fan model, mass production toy.
Oh man.
So, our next conquest in life is to take down Transformers.fandom.com, because that's...
this is what happens when you keep firing people. There's no QA test to making sure. Hey, is that the right thing?
Hey, never forget they modeled SPD Red off a cosplayer.
Hey, at least the cosplayer was the right skin complexion.
This time.
Wasn't a white guy.
That happened one time, though. All right.
Oh god.
Next up in our
Um,
wave of red, my god, Power Glide. Girlfriend's still MIA, but here's Power Glide.
He comes with the Hoist from Hollywood mask, which is.
Oh,
Cool,
TF
but
Wiki
how come-
does have that art too. Oh crap!
I'm telling you, tell the elements now.
I don't want to get to the mask yet, but First of all, let's look at his robot mode. Okay, actually, that's the only picture of his robot mode on its own. All right, sorry, I'm getting all distracted because that fan model thing threw me off. All right, Power Glide looks great. He comes with the mask from Hoist Goes Hollywood, which is actually an episode I like. So I'm gonna let this. Also, it's value in the box. Who cares if it's an accessory you'll never use? It's value in the box, right?
It's a cute accessory, but like the problem is, I think for me is cute accessory. Should we get more of these to fit with the other guys?
So we're getting an 86 Sunstreaker. Is he gonna come with one?
Yeah.
Do we have to do tracks again though?
Yes, so you get a good toy because that Kingdom toy is not good.
New tracks with the mask, and then we'll have the matching set. The gun is basically the same shape as Jazz's gun.
Can I mention? I love YouTube censored Psycho. I hope his chest opens. They censored that one for some reason.
We've said much worse in our chat, and yet they're not okay with that.
Yeah, you better have his heart.
You better have the heart.
Remember Soundout. Remember the whole chicken incident or whatever.
Yes.
A couple of weeks
ago. Hey, we had the same problem with Dick earlier.
We were having the same issue with Dick earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say the chest better open because it's got the design for it, and there's no other reason for that to have a separate piece, right? Oh, that's true. Hoist and Warpath need the mask too. Anyways.
Yep.
So I maybe do Warpath again. I don't have them. And I kind of I wish I did now because they've been redoing all these guys. And I just I should have probably bought Warpath. I have the other one. It's fine.
I'm still happy.
Remember, you and me even said the Generations one felt better to have than
I like the Generations one a lot better. It's just everybody else is now slavishly G1, so now he looks too cool. He looks too cool to be in the group, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I like Warpath. I like Warpath too much to downgrade him.
Yeah, exactly. So the chest probably does open because that's a gimmick they've been putting in since the Ultra class figure in universe. So what I'm trying to figure out though, what's the point of these flaps on his tail fins? Oh wait, I see it now. It's his toes. It's his toesies. And then if you didn't get the 4-pack that had Prime Cliff Jumper, he's back out again as a single. Which with all we have the listings that Fangry is going to be doing the same thing. So I guess if you want a deluxe from a 4-pack, don't buy the 4-pack.
So I really hope the rest of the time, we really. Also, it's kind of weird because it's funny, David. So because again, was there listings of a Prime Bumblebee for the Smokescreen mode, or we just got theorizing?
We're just theorizing, but
like so, yeah, we're probably gonna get a Prime Bumblebee. We have RC. We got. It's kind of because wasn't one of the first Legacy leaks had a listing for Legacy Prime Optimus?
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that we don't have him yet. So.
Yeah. Okay. So it's also funny. We got 2 G1, 1 animated, 2 Prime, and they're all red and white.
Yep.
See, this is the thing. This is what I'm like. I want to know how the waves are decided.
Wait, I forget. Is Nexus part of this wave?
Yes.
So another guy with red, and they're very, and he has blue. Howard was feeling very patriotic this way.
Apparently so. I mean, that's right, because they'll think it comes out in July, but it'll actually be in our hands like next week. Before we get to the Nexus Prime of it all, I just gotta say, I gotta wonder. Yeah, okay. Psycho said they haven't told me it's what's ready when I asked about Vortex. So okay, I get that, but maybe move Cliff Jumper just to get somebody of a different color. Maybe nobody else was ready to go. But also, I realized too that there's 2 new molds, right? Power Glide and Smokescreen. The rest are retools. Anyways, and one's a repack. It's just funny. I think this is probably an accident. This is definitely not intentional.
That's totally accident.
It's just a very funny accident. That's for sure.
It's just funny.
It's like Wave 1 was every color under the sun. Wave 2, red and white.
Yeah.
All right, let's. We're gonna talk about Nexus Prime in full, and then we will talk about the actually good toy after. Let's talk about this guy. He let the internet on fire.
The stupid controversy.
I
was so tired looking at all. It's oh my god, people! It's just a goddamn toy.
What I want from people to do is when we get 2 toys announced back to back, and one is just infinitely cooler than the other, talk about the cool one. Ignore this guy. All right, let's talk about this.
There was a cool one.
Yes, there is. We will talk about Legion Maximo later.
So
let's talk about.
It doesn't look like anything I wanted.
I don't care. He's cool. I want to talk about Nexus Prime wheels. All right. Nexus Prime. Let's talk about what caused the controversy, because it was a very clear thing. I forgot to pull the image, actually. Hold on.
He didn't even do it right.
I didn't. Of course I didn't do it right. It's my show. What do you think? I'm going to do things professional now?
Yeah.
All right, so the controversy stems from this piece of artwork. All right, don't worry. I'm going to be ragging the Transformers fandom, guys. Just want to let you know.
Well,
I'm gonna be ragging the fandom.
I think it's kind of a piece of artwork, but also just people know Nexus Prime as the Combiner one.
Yes.
Combiner one.
So there's two reasons why everybody looked at Nexus Prime like, what the hell was that? The first reason was because Nexus Prime has the Enigma of Combination in his hand. He's known as being the Prime for combiners because the original Nexus Prime. Let's go pull that up real quick. Prime. Nexus Prime. Actually, we're going to do a deep dive on the history of Nexus Prime for a minute because I
keep forgetting he was called Nexus Max because that was all the Energon
all the Energon combiners ended in Maximus, like it was Devastator Maximus it was Constructicon Maximus.
It was Superion Maximus.
Maximus. So Nexus Maximus made sense, but as admitted by Hasbro people when I asked them at BotCon 2009, they had Safe Search turned on their computers and didn't realize Nexus Maximus was a sex toy. So he was renamed Nexus Prime.
I didn't know that.
Yep. That's the secret behind his name. That's why his name changed from Nexus Maximus to Nexus Prime. Because as soon as the toy came out, people were looking it up and like, oh, Nexus Maximus. And then it pulled up a sex toy and everybody was like, what?
Yep.
I watched.
Oh, yes. AGR. Yeah, the return of the toys for adults.
Yep, I'm going to be getting emails later today, guys. I just want you to know. I'm going to get hit up by the wrong toy companies. So Nexus Prime was a combiner made up of 5 toys that were part of the Transformers Collectors Club. Every year they'd send out a new figure, and that figure.
He was a repaint / remold of Bruticus Maximus, wasn't he? Or was it?
Well, actually, that's the thing. They used because with the Energon combiners, they all were 3 molds. They were two limbs and then 1 torso, and then they repaint the limbs to be different. So he took the 2 limbs of Superion, the 2 limbs of Bruticus, and the torso of Bruticus, and they repainted them in translucent red and blue plastic, gave him a new head, and called him a new character.
Okay, don't touch that toy nowadays.
Mine's in a box somewhere. I don't know how it's holding up. But this was a 5-year project, and they introduced these characters and made them work. It is actually where Heatwave name came from before he became a rescue bot.
He was the torso, right? Of the Nexus.
He was the torso. So the original Nexus Prime toy looks like this. But the whole thing about him is he's supposed to be the Prime that represents the combiners. The way that Onyx is the Beasts, the way that Quintus is the Quintessons, the way that Micronus is the Minicons. Like, that's kind of the whole thing, is that he's a combiner, right? So the expectation is when you make a new Nexus Prime, by the way, naming issues is a section on his page if you guys were thinking I was making that whole thing up. I just want you to know. So we come down to this, and here we have the artwork. So this is the artwork that was released for Age of the Primes before the line came out. This is the promotional artwork. And if we take a look here,
more based off as the Align continuity design, I think.
A lot of these are the Align continuity, but you can see that some of the designs were finalized for the toys. Like, for example, that looks like the Prima that we got in Wave 1. That looks like that's the Vector we already got. Alpha Trion doesn't look like the toy we got. Solus, though, looks like the toy. Micronus is using the RID 2015 design, which translated to the toy. Alchemist looks like the toy. And then on the other side, Star Optimus doesn't look anything like the toy.
Yeah, he's like a weird fusion between Jinrai and Sarkon, boy, weirdly enough.
Yeah. So then we got Megatronus, who looks just like the toy. Liege Maximo doesn't look anything like his toy. Quintus Prime doesn't look anything like the toy. Amalgamus Prime doesn't look anything like the toy. Onyx Prime, who does?
He definitely looks closer than the others, I would say, for Amalgamus.
This is true. So basically, the kind of point I'm making is that the first 2 waves of toys had their designs locked when this artwork was made, right? Because those are just the toys on the display. Then you have other ones like Micronus and Quintus and Alchemist and Liege Maximo who look, their toys ended up looking close to the artwork. Then you have Nexus Prime, who is here in the middle, Aura farming all to hell with this crazy cool, like, hunched over big monstrosity. And then the toy that we get...
I think that is straight up is a line continuity design. I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure, yeah. It's a line continuity design, and then here is Transformer found on Temu.
So this design is not like original. This is pretty much just TF1 design.
Yes,
like,
let's pull up
like
his
the head-
TF1 designs. It's right here. I didn't know that was him when I saw the movie.
Yeah, because he doesn't look like a combiner. He just looks like a dude. Which I do like the design. And he just kind of reminds me of a Unicron trilogy dude. Like he looks like a episode, a guy.
He
who
looks like
appeared
one
in,
of the dudes in the
episodes.
background of Armada when they took a G1 model and put a new head on it.
I was thinking like the Cybertron site, like the Cybertron
Yeah.
site characters.
So
Armada, yeah.
we knew something was up because he was a Voyager. We got a listing for a Voyager, and everybody was like, "But how does that work for a combiner?" And my thought was, maybe my optimistic thought was, a Micromaster combiner, like we got during Victory.
I thought it was going to be like a power core combiner where his limbs are drones and they don't transform.
Yeah, where the only thing they do is they're just limbs, and then they just turn into like small vehicles. That was a thought as well. I also thought back to the Minicon combiner team from Filling 30, where they had 3 Minicons that formed a robot. I didn't expect a very generic looking robot that turns into a block with tabs.
Energon started a wing saber.
Someone said Cloud Raker, and I felt like that was a more apt comparison as well.
Yeah.
So what's the whole thing here? Where's the combiner part? Well,
I mean, you look at the back of the box, and help that the back of the box doesn't tell you anything.
The back of the box tells you jack and shit, which we have had this issue because Sideways doesn't even show his head modes on the back of his box. Which, that's ridiculous because that's within the package. His combiner feature is not within the package. His combiner feature is he replaces Silverbolt on a reverse Superion torso.
So, like, before we get to the combiner, it just caused the whole, like, uproar of, like, people getting angry about it and people getting, like, conspiracy theory because going, like, he has to combine somewhat. Like, if you were, like...
Yeah, everybody was like, he has to combine in some way. It would be weird if he didn't, right?
And people notice on the bottom of the cockpit of the jet, there's, like, a head-shaped, like, a vague head-shaped thing underneath the cockpit where people are like, that has to be the head, right? There has to be like a torso, right?
Yeah.
And then days later,
like, and then Mark, which by the way, these images, I don't know where they came from. Nobody sourced the images, and I thought they were leaks.
For what, the combiner mode, or
no, for Nexus? Yeah, Nune on the TFW forums just posted these. Not like they came from a retail or something. And then Mark posted an Instagram reel showing the combined mode. So these are official now because Mark posted about it. But Hasbro hasn't actually posted about these reveals.
So this is good. Before we get into what we think, before we go talk about how we think about it, this shows the biggest problem of Hasbro fighting everybody because we wouldn't have all this controversy if they did brought back fan streams, because if they there will still be disappointment no matter what, but like we wouldn't have this whole
we wouldn't have had 48 hours of psychosis.
Yeah, if people go, is he a combiner or not, and such like that. If they did a fan stream where they would show, all right, here's this robot, here's this vehicle, and bonus, he can combine with the combiner system. Like we would have gotten the fan stream, but since Hasbro fired all the social media people, nope, we had to wait hours late, like days.
This is the same issue with Sideways too. We were all sitting there going, does his head modes work? Like, marketing tells us things. We don't have these questions about the He-Man and the KPop Demon Hunter stuff, for example, right? None of the Mattel stuff are we asking these questions like, does it do the feature it should have?
And here's the thing, with Transformers, you need information because Transformers are involved. Like, it's not like an action figure where it's like, you just need to look at the soft book, go like, all right, that action figure sold, looks good, supposedly looks good. Well, a Transformer, you need to showcase what it does because Transformers are more. Wasn't the first toy reviews Transformers because they need to showcase how they transform, right?
Exactly, because you couldn't do that in photos like you could for other action figures. So here's the thing I gotta say is that we need to look at this. There's 2 ways to look at this as a thing. First of all, let's talk about Nexus Prime as a product, right? As a product, this is a figure who looks like this in robot mode, who looks like this in jet mode, and if you don't know, doesn't do anything else. And then, if you're somebody who has purchased at least 4 Limbots and a commander skeleton, you can then combine him as part of a torso. So the question is, for me, as in business mind, what is there for a customer who doesn't own the primes and doesn't own a combiner? What is there for them to get out of Nexus Prime as a figure?
Is that just a generic robot toy?
That costs $43. We got to remember it costs $43 now.
Yep.
So it's a $43 generic robot that turns into a brick with wing tabs. That if you have spent money to get the rest of the primes, you're obviously going to get it to go with the rest of the primes. If you've been buying the combiners, you can make this image without spending any extra money. But if you're somebody that just wants him as a combiner, currently you have to go, let's see, on 43 plus 100, it's 143.
Hey guys, say that he's an overpriced Power Master or Brain Master.
No, that's not it.
They kind of reject. Did the math. $250 prime.
Yes. That is, wait, is that right? 28 times 2 is 46 plus, no, actually, is it? Well, because they're using Brawl here, but you could do it with any limb.
Well, yeah, what do you want to make? Because this configuration is the closest to the original Nexus Prime.
All right, let's do this configuration here. So we got Blastoff, he's 28. We got Vortex, he's now 28. Brawl is now 43. We've got Air Raid, he's 28. Then we got $100 for the skeleton, and then you got $43 for Nexus Prime. That's $270 before tax to do this image. Also, for me, I'm never putting this as my display on the shelf. I have all these parts to be superior on Menasor and Bruticus.
This is the problem. This is the problem with. I think this really showcased the problem with the modern skeleton system. Well, the skeleton system structurally is good.
Yeah.
It's a budget nightmare if you want to make Nexus Prime like this and display him like this. Also, it's horribly inaccurate to his proper combine mode because it's not the right colors.
May I also add the torso looks like shit with all those gaps.
Yeah,
his head's just floating.
Yep. Like, this is, I think, really showcasing the problem. Problem with.
Oh wait, sorry. It's actually 370 because Psycho's reminded me you need to have the other you need to have the Combaticon thing in order for Brawl to become a leg. He can't become a leg on his own.
Oh yeah,
if it was Menasor parts,
you gotta buy two commanders.
Yeah, you gotta buy two commanders. So that's 370. That's 370. Actually, because to do this image, if you just did it with Superior or just did it with Menasor, that but to do this, you have that other skeleton.
Man, there has to be a better way.
I have a solution that I don't know if they thought about it, but this is the solution that popped into my head when thinking about this toy. We have primes in Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, and Titan.
He should have been a commander.
Why was he not just a commander that came with his own skeleton? That would be compatible with the others, right? Like, maybe it wouldn't be compatible with the Combaticons because they're a little too specific for the legs, but you could have plugged on, like, a car and because we've noticed with the way things have gone, like, remember when people got Vortex and they just plugged them on? That's Vortex plugged onto a Superion arm right there, for example. You could, there is some cross-compatibility there that could be done if he was an existing skeleton. But instead we just have part of a torso. So yeah,
because what they should have done, I'll put it in stream chat. They should have done what Mel Carbot did, and just have him be 3 vehicle components to become one bigger robot instead of making the core robot turn into the vehicle, then the small robot, then the combiner torso. They should have done.
This looks much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just have 3 vehicles that it's vehicle and then combiner bit. No individual robot to make Nexus Prime because it's the best budget solution. Like, even US Commander, clears a Magna Boss scenario.
Yeah.
For Commander. Because, look, I love Jetfire. I would love to give the whole Armada Jetfire as our second commander. I'm looking forward to it, but
I'm looking forward to that too. But there's no reason he has to be this year. He could have been any year.
Yeah, you could push him back next year.
Yeah,
stuff like that. Neutering when you're one to keep the line is literally main master the 13. Neutering one of them this bad is really unnecessary. And again, especially if you want to have the Nexus Prime in combine mode, he probably probably should be, because he's the Combiner Prime. If he's not the Combiner Prime on your shelf, then what's the point scenario?
Yeah,
Then you're gonna,
I want to get him because I bought all the other primes, but
yeah,
I
I'm gonna
kind of
get
want to
him because-
just dig out my old Nexus Prime toy from 20 years ago and stick him on the shelf instead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him because I already have the rest. Might as well finish the collection. But it is one of those like they really did poorly thought this out scenario. Like, is he a bad toy? Oh no, wait till I get him in hand. But like, I just clearly see bad planning with Nexus Prime here.
I
They
think
really should have.
bad planning is definitely the best way to put it, because I think the issue we have is that he's trying to satisfy everything at once, and he ultimately satisfies nothing.
Yeah, because the individual core robot and vehicle are just and the combined modes is also but also has a giant price tag on it if you want, unless you want to sacrifice your Bruticus and Superion, which I'm pretty sure most people don't not want to.
Yeah,
do
it's
that.
not something I'm going to do, and I'm not going to buy
Yeah.
extras at the prices they are.
Yeah, so this is just a poorly planned out figure. They really like, and I'm looking forward to that Armada Jetfire, but like I could have waited for another year if to make Nexus the second commander this year.
Yeah, I would have been
that-
fine with it, because it makes sense for him to be a commander when, again, every other class has a prime in it except for commander.
And again, just make him a a Magna Boss scenario where it's not like a scramble combiner, but just a 3-piece combiner that becomes 3 vehicles to 1 robot.
Yeah,
Because it doesn't matter what kind of combination he is. I think if you just make Nexus Prime just like a well, I guess a triple con in this case, like a trip or whatever, that's fine because it's all matter that he combines instead of it doesn't matter if he's a scramble combiner or not.
I'm gonna be honest. I wish he was just like a Voyager with some Legends class figures.
Yeah, that would have been the better scenario if you were gonna make a commander of Voyager where again the whole he has small drone boss that becomes limbs would have been the perfect.
I want to bring up
better.
some examples of toys that Hasbro has made. Thrilling 30 was the year that budgets went to die, but we got these 3 minicons that became a robot at a deluxe price.
I love that toy. I had that toy. That was great. The plastic quality was pretty bad, but the design itself was really good. I actually really love that toy.
We got Skytread as a normal deluxe. Oh, that's right, Magmatron as well. He's 3 beasts that become a robot, right? Didn't have to have individual robots. And then this is my idea. This is what I was thinking in the back of my head when we found out it was be a Voyager. I was like, what if we could do like 6-builder? 6-builder here is 6 Micromasters that come with a frame piece that makes them into a combined robot and a combined vehicle mode. And we've never seen them attempt anything like this again. And I kind of feel like we might have been able to pull it off. Maybe not at a Voyager, maybe a leader class. Could have done like a
leader.
Could have gone and set up to Operation Combination. Get us something like this.
Because like I would say, I think Lead Mackerel was cool, but like I don't really needed to be the leader. I feel like
we really haven't even talked about him yet.
Yeah, but like I feel like Leech and Nexus should have been swapped in that case because look at Leech, looks cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. He needs to be a leader, exactly. Maybe.
Blade Raider mentioned. Oh no, sorry, not Blade Raider. Spiderus Prime mentioned the Sentinel artifact pack that's been in listings, that it might have Nexus's frame. That would make even less sense to me. At that point, you make Sentinel Prime in the Nexus Max, in the Nexus Prime slot, and then you just make a Nexus Prime with a frame as its own thing. I think splitting them up, it just kind of feels like it's not happening.
I mean, this goes into another problem of like, are they gonna make his proper limb bots? Because you kind of want.
If you're not doing them the year he comes out, then why do them at all?
Yeah, that's the thing. Because
I don't like playing figure DLC games, as we've discussed many times, right? Like spreading everything across multiple years and everything is just exhausting, and it makes it harder for people to get everything.
And yeah, that's the problem. And like they like, is it cool we got Vortex last year? Sure, but like, hope you could still get him in most places when Bruticus Onslaught and such comes out this year.
Like Swindle's also 2 waves separated from Brawl. Like, I felt like Devastator was the only time they got the combiner thing out in a good pace.
Like Superion was decent though, so like
Superion was pretty good, yeah.
Like him, Superion and Devastator were released really well. I don't know what happened with Bone Master and the 2 Onslaught. And,
I felt like they're like, Bruticus is so famous, we can start selling him early. And I'm like, no, just hold him off. If he's ready, then just, like I know they said like, oh, we put Vortex out because he was ready. And it's like, well, just hold off on him. You don't have to put him out the second it's ready. These waves don't have to be 4, 4, 4. And I guess this year they're 5, 5, 5. But it's very strange. There's another There's another Transformer I'm trying to think of that was multiple vehicles that just became one robot, and it's just I think that's what it could have been. It could have just been multiple vehicles that become one robot, and that represents his combination thing. Because I think as is, it just doesn't satisfy anybody. But anyways, if you do love it and you like it as is, sound off in the comments. I'd love to hear.
Again, I'm gonna still get it, and I'm gonna like mess with the Nexus Prime.
This robot, he just doesn't look like Nexus Prime.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. At the toy itself, he looks fine, and I'm gonna mess with the. Like, I appreciate she be.
I'll do the combination once for the video.
I appreciate she. Like, I don't have Superior, but I appreciate you gonna work with Onslaught and and Motor Master's skeleton. It'd be stupid
if he only worked with the Superior Onslaught, that'd be insane.
That'll be another what the hell happened here.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny though.
Yep. Can we talk about my boy Leech Maximo though?
Yep.
I think it's time. Let me talk about the one I'm just like 100% on board with and have no complaints. Leech Maximo is like an insane G2 villain that took on the role of being a Prime later. I absolutely love this guy.
He's pretty much the Loki of Transformers, which is why I really hate, which is why his version in Earthspark was so bad, because he was just literally the Fallen in Earthspark, which is like that's the wrong evil Prime.
The horns aren't on the head, which I know people are bothered by. I don't have a problem with that because it allows his head to have more motion, and I think it probably helps with the transformation stuff.
Also, I also like that. I like the idea of him being remolded to Prime Unicron. I kind of like that.
I like that too. Blader just said, "Hi, Leech Maximo, potential Grand Mall Megatron. Have you met potential Botanica retool?" Because looking at this, it's like you could do the Grand Mall Megatron from Beast Machines. Because the only way we're getting Beast Machine stuff is that they use existing molds. We know they're never going to invest in Beast Machines molds from scratch.
I'm wondering, does he come with a fiery missile gun? Because that gun is really specifically shaped to look like a fiery missile. It's the red trigger behind the gun.
It is the red trigger. There's no way there's a missile, right? They don't do missiles anymore.
There's a screw in the middle of the gun. Usually they don't do that for guns unless they have something to hold inside.
Let's see if the back of the box will tell us if he hit. Oh wait, there's no box image.
There's no box.
Oh, that's because whoever put these images out was like, we need to get the back of the box out. People keep asking about the torso. That would be crazy. Veloquence asks how I dust things. Canned air. That's the best I can do, because especially with Transformers, there's so many crevices and stuff. I'll never get it cleaned with like a dust rag or anything like that. So I just can air them. Currently I don't, because all my Transformers are in a box. I need to redo the whole display. But canned air is like the secret. I also live in a desert, so it's kind of like a losing game to keep trying to dust them consistently. So I just kind of take and then just.
I don't know. The mental image of you just like spray canning, and it feels like a POV. Your insect about to get killed, or something.
Pretty much. Yeah, and so a lot of people don't like the head, and I get that. I will guarantee you, like, who's that company? Dr. Wu.
Or DNA.
It's gonna be DNA.
DNA Designs will put out a kit
Wu
for this. They'll get you whatever head you want. Guarantee it. Man, that's a good point. Makeup brushes are a nice, useful thing.
I was gonna get their DNA Designs Makeup Prime upgrade kit, but then like talking to some people in the Discord were like, I don't think that DNA kit's gonna fix the Omega Prime issue and all that stuff.
Yeah, unless you do a lot of shaving and changing to that gray tab part.
Yeah. Also, like, I was also part of me went like, wait, I already shaved my Omega Prime. I'm worried that like DNA Design made that with the you didn't shave it, so like it's gonna be useless no matter what. So I just canceled my pre-order on that because like.
Cosmic Rejects says I shouldn't have to buy a third party. I do agree, but this is the version that they're making, and the thing is because he's not a 1-to-1 of the comic design. This is a redesign. It's like, you don't like the redesign. That's fair. I'm saying there's an option with third party. Hasbro's not going to do a second run on Leech Maximo. Like, he's not a G1 character. He's not a G1 like cartoon character that like Sandstorm, where they just put him out with the other head.
I know. I have no if he's of which I see Leech Maximo go like, oh, that looks like Leech Maximo.
It's like the G-Axis toy or the Straxus toy. Like, they'll never match their comic counterparts because when they were designed, they weren't designed to have toys, and they have to transform to be in this line. And so there's going to be some sacrifices to it.
Yeah, pull up the original comic design of Leech, because there's no way they're going to make a 1-to-1 toy of that.
I'll pull it up real quick.
It's totally just a Marvel comic character, not a Transformer for Leech.
Yeah. I think because like And the thing is too, and this is this is not me defending Hasbro because you guys know how I feel about the company.
We've been ranting about them all stream.
We've been ranting about them all stream. Let me get the image of his head up here. So here's the thing. This is my thought. He has the horns. Okay, this is again. I'm not going to defend this, but let me just point this out. His horns float above his head. Over here, his horns float above his head. His horns aren't really attached to his head from the famous page of Leech Maximo we have.
It's not a full Loki.
It's not a full Loki. I think the problem we're looking at is we keep looking at this toy from an upward angle.
Yeah, it's another case of pretty bad photo on.
Yeah. So, like, here's the thing. Is it going to be... I don't need to cope. I don't care about defending Hasbro this hard. I'm just saying it's not the same design. All right? It's not a case of they didn't put the horn. It's not like Ravage's hip blasters that literally aren't on his hips. They got the design elements there, right? It still has to transform. Could the horns be higher up? Sure. Is it probably look better when you look at it straight on? Yeah, because I think in the box it looks better straight on like that instead of at the weird angle. That, to me, looks a lot closer to the comic design.
There's a case where, like, does it look better? Yes, but does it function well? Probably not. It's probably why they designed it that way scenario.
Yeah, like there's a reason for it. It's not like Nexus Prime where the whole idea ended up getting like torpedoed because of like budgets and whatnot. Like at least
bad planning for Nexus Prime's case.
Yeah, this at least like looks closer to it. It's not gonna be 1-to-1 because there's no way to do it 1-to-1 unless you're. I mean, even as an action figure, you can't do it 1-to-1. That thing's just an art piece. Like Leech Maximo is just like a crazy abstract.
There's many Marvel comic characters where they're never getting toy because it's physically impossible.
Yeah,
physically, unless
never getting Primus. He's just gonna be a giant headroom.
It's the case of like the only way you can make something like that is a statue where they don't have to move.
Yeah,
and such like that.
I'm not gonna respond to any more comments, Cosmic Rejects. I'm not mad at you. I just want you to know I'm just like I feel rage baited, and I don't think that's the intention. But I'm gonna disengage from the conversation so I don't get mean. I apologize. I just my thing is
I think he could.
With Leech Maximo, he is very improved as a reveal when looking next to Nexus Prime.
I think it's just funny that these two got last.
I'll say this right now.
And Mr. Organic, Mr. Organic.
No, definitely. So
I feel like this is the funny part. For me, I prefer for once his Align continuity design of just actually looking like Loki.
He literally just Loki.
Has always been described as looking like Loki. And like the Marvel one, I always thought the Leech Maximo was like, oh, this is the name, but not the same. Like supposed to be the same entire character at the same time. Like how some Transformers will have. This is Swindle.
By the way, I don't like how TF Wiki says that all the Primes are the same character in every continuity because it's factually false.
Bro, that has to be some weird Hasbro.
That's a Hasbro thing, but like the TF Wiki used to do it with like the Fallen and Unicron. I was like, okay, fine, those are like but like I was going on the TF Wiki. I'm like, no, the Quintus Prime from Earthspark is not the Quintus Prime from Aligned. They're not the same.
Also,
guy.
I mean, Vector Prime alone. You can't be the same guy for Cybertron.
No, like they're different people. Like so I don't like the fact that the pages are every other character. It's like separate pages for separate continuities, but then it's like here's
I never like.
Okay, so the reason why the singularity bullshit even happened allegedly is because of fanperd, and they went with it.
I never like in TF they lump IDW and such into G1. Like they're not.
I hate that so much. They're so separate. Like put G1 cartoon, G1 Marvel comic, G1 Marvel UK like in one section. That makes sense. Like there's all variations of the same universe, right?
But IDW's its own thing.
Yeah, it's like super its own thing. Yeah. So, anyways. I think that's pretty much it on the news topic because I feel like we kind of covered these a whole lot.
Yeah, that should be everything. Yeah, everything.
Oh, Transformers Collectors Club was to blame for the universal singularity. Knew it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That.
Yep.
Did you not hear me?
Was that from?
I didn't hear you because you cut out 3 times while saying it, so I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Was that?
Yeah, no, I said it like it was fans pub's fault.
Was that like an aspect
they
of Prime
created
thing?
that lore.
Was that aspect of Prime thing?
No, it was a part of their comics and a lot of their stuff because for some reason, there's a couple of the comics that I have from Fans Pub shows that Unicron could see like the multiverse because he's like a singularity that has to exist. Like for some reason, him and Primus somehow exist within this continuity where like every version of them, if you destroy them in one version, form in another plane of existence. That's why like sometimes in the comics they were like, oh, Unicron somehow came back. Was because he just found a way to make a new body or take his body from another reality and transwarp it.
I never liked Sideways being the same guy all continuities. That's because I just don't want my goat being killed in.
Yeah,
in,
it's like this page.
Revenge of
It's like
Fallen.
this. It's like this page for Alchemist Prime, which is like MacAdam, and then it's like here's every version of MacAdam, and I'm like these are all separate dudes. Like none of these two have the same thing going on with them. So it's like why are they all on the same page?
In my head, in my head, I feel like the only ones that it could actually work for. Sideways.
He's cutting out again. And I
Sideways
can't hear him.
Unicron.
Can you start that all over again because he kept cutting out?
All right, hold on a second. I think my internet's just taking a giant shit. So just give me a second. If you can hear me, can you hear me?
Also, dear Big Bad Toy Store, stop making me have a non-refundable deposit for retail figure art.
Yeah, I don't get that part.
I always hate those. There's a bunch of the My Hero figures I want to pre-order, but I had to put that $10. I had to put that down for the Mayfix Bruce and Clark. Which,
Okay,
fine. Fine.
Yeah.
No, because of the weird singularity lore crap. I think it only like if you want to try to make it an actual thing that has to be a constant in universe, it should only really apply to Primus, Unicron Sideways because he is an avatar of Unicron. Like Unicron usually sends him out to be like a spy.
Sideways
Prime just because time travel equals multiverse.
Sideways is weird because I like that idea, but also like Armada and Cybertron Sideways are two separate characters. You're not the same guy. I refuse to say the movie verse one's the same guy. I don't want my goat getting
No, I get that.
Also,
I
don't get how movie
that.
Fallen is the same
I get
guy
where you're going with
as
that.
like War Within. They're just so different.
No, like I get that, and I get where Ryan's going with that too, because the characterization doesn't make sense. But if you were to like rewrite the universes or the lore, those are the characters that I would say would have to be the constant. Like if you had to soft reboot everything and try to rewrite it, Sideways would have to, just because of how people now associate him as the avatar of Unicron.
I never like when it comes to like there's some characters where like I think that works. I don't like there was some DC thing that tried to make every dark side the same dark side.
It was New 52.
Yeah, they did that shit.
Yeah, I hate it. I never liked it. That doesn't make sense.
Ezra Burb said the whole Sideways multiversal thing was based
that.
on a fan misunderstanding. That sounds about right.
Oh yeah, that yeah.
Yeah. I was also going to add, what is it? Dropkick Murphy's fan asked, did you cover the Titanic Creations news? I did not know there was Titanic Creations news.
No, you know why? Because Soundout doesn't pay attention. If you want to know, go check out Hero Club Live every Wednesday on Twitch at 9 p.m. Eastern.
There you go. Also, Azure Burb also pointed in that the TF Wiki mod staff has been arguing about the universal singularity thing. So, this isn't just us. It's everybody. Yeah, there was Soul Joke and X guys. We looked good, but I was just like, I need to cut the show down a little bit because I knew we would talk a lot about Transformers. I know us.
We always do.
Like we always do. It's one of our favorite.
But Soundout also hasn't seen X Kaiser, so yeah.
I've seen enough. Yeah, no, it's a lot of the times too is like we look at like a Soul Joke and we're like, wow, that looks really great, and then we just
I can't afford it.
we don't buy it. So yeah.
Black RX is not that expensive. It's not that. I swore cheaper. That it's $109, which is expensive, but not. I thought it was gonna be much higher, honestly.
Is there a deposit on him like there was for?
No, for him for some reason.
Why does he not have a deposit, but Madara does?
So like, okay, weird. Tega's deposit. Kaiba. Why is Kaiba deposit? It's only $99. Hisoka for Hunter's deposit, Madara's deposit. What about Logan? Logan's deposit? Why is some deposit, some aren't? I don't get it.
So, like, yeah, because I just went and ordered Madara at Entertainment Earth instead.
I should do that with certain figures at this point,
Yeah.
because like there's a bunch of the My Hero figures I want to get, but like the deposit was too much. Like
Guys,
I
guys.
Yeah.
Golza doesn't have a frickin' deposit.
Golza's the same price as Madara. I don't get it.
Right now, go on screen. Go on screen. Just put it on screen.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on screen. So yeah, look. All right. So Golza.
That's Dropkick Murphys. That's correct. We covered that news on Hero Club Weekly. Go
Yeah.
check it out.
Golza, no deposit. Tega, deposit. I mean, he's 150. I get that. Hunter x Hunter part set, no deposit.
Sanosuke,
Hisoka, deposit. Madara, deposit.
Like I paid deposit for Mayfix, Clark, and Bruce, but they're like 130 each. So like
Kaiba, deposit. Black RX, no deposit. Wolverine, deposit. I just want consistency.
I always say I'm really happy that the Mayfix Clark comes with a smiling face for Mayfix Superman.
Yes.
Superman. It makes me so glad because I got the Mayfix Superman reissue. Came out really quick. AK, thanks wallet. Thanks, my wallet hurts.
Yep.
And such. But I'm really happy about that.
Also, Omander said Black RX and Tega crashed Hobby Genki when he was trying to order his Lost Driver version 2.
Also, can I ask that out?
Yes.
You read Hush, right?
The original Hush, yes.
Yeah. Why there's so much scuba stuff with all the Mayfix Hush stuff? Is there a scene where they scuba?
Yes. There's a scene where Batman and Catwoman swim underwater, and I think it's only like one issue.
Okay, because I was wondering like, why does the Mayfix Bruce come with spare legs? And I see there's like scuba feet, and it comes with like 3 heads for Batman with like scuba mouth and Catwoman scuba mouth.
Yep.
And he comes with a bearded red eye Clark Bruce Batman head for some weird reason. I don't get that.
It's like the Hush Mayfix line is getting into Glup Shido territory of specific moments.
Yeah, but like, look, I don't mind because I'm getting a Clark Kent Bruce Wayne figure from it. Like, I'll take
like,
it.
whatever it takes them to convince them to sell them. Like, yeah, it's good to have them.
Also, you want an affordable standalone complex Makoto. Big Bad put out the Plamata model kit from Good Smile.
Yes.
It's only $66. I think is that cheaper
it's cheaper than the Haya one,
and it's cheaper than the Figma.
Yep. So I pre-ordered that because I don't have a Makoto.
I think I thought it required a deposit because I saw the red text and just blacked out.
Yeah, no, it's tariff. It's tariff.
Just tariffs. Yeah. Anything else we missed?
What's funny too is I'm still waiting on my Plamex or Plamatea.
I'm still waiting on my Modroid Bang Burn.
I got that. I got mine at on HLJ long ago.
I got because I waited for the Brave Dragon one.
I got the Brave Dragon one. It's in my HLJ warehouse.
Still waiting on Big Bad to get it.
Like I'm afraid to go check Big Bad and see if they said, "Oh, it's in stock now," because I will like scream if they actually say my Grand Stays are stocked. I'll be like, "Oh, god damn it."
Also, Miteki was wondering what kit you were talking about because he kept cutting out, and so we didn't understand.
Which kit? Which is it? The Makoto from Ghost in the Shell one?
Grand Caesar.
Grand Caesar. That's
okay.
the one.
I said I gotta see how these are against because it's the first play that I'm getting or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that new Ninja Turtles wave's coming in soon.
What I canceled my pre-order for those because I saw the review. I think the same review you saw, where like, oh wow, these are like cheap. You know, I wasn't a fan of the review because I feel like it wasn't too big on the review, but like I just look at the figures like these guys are not worth it. I was wait for them to go on clearance. Much as I love 10 and 3, I need to save money for other stuff I actually want. I need to get first.
I'm like debating because they're coming in soon, and I'm like, do I just let it happen? Because I feel like they're gonna. I want April, and then I'm just done. I'm done after April.
That's it. I want to. Yeah, I like the. Taro Thomas. I remember from one. Yeah, sure, it's gonna look cool finally. Well,
He's
that's
gonna
trailer
look
again looks cool.
cool. I just don't know about
Can't
articulation.
pose, can't pose well from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And again,
Because like my
again,
only
like
concern with canceling them is if they actually like sell out, and then I don't think they will though. I could cancel them
Super
for
7,
sale.
Super 7 stuff.
Some of their
sell
Thundercats
for.
have been vanishing because people are because stores are ordering less of them, and that's my only concern. But like,
It's turtles.
it's
Like
turtles.
I
They
have,
over ordered for
yeah.
sure. They still up for order? Go check. Because yeah, it's I don't know. It's just bumming me out that like certain companies just kind of letting me down a little bit more lately than I wish they were. Like Super 7. Also,
we knew
because
Super 7 was letting us down when
they
failed,
fired our
like,
friend.
a lot of lines by taking on too many.
But also when they fired Kyle, like that was the end.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
When they let go of Kyle, that was like the biggest like moment.
Oh shit! We gotta figure our teaser. We gotta
Oh,
figure our
God.
teaser for Dragon Ball.
Who is it?
I'll go. Let me go find it. I think it's on. Let me see if it's on Tamashi's Twitter account. Or did someone post in our server? No, no one's.
Oh, Big Bad still has them at $54.99. As long as they don't raise, they need to go down. I don't want to pay $55 for them.
Please tell me they. Hold on. I need to look.
Oh yeah, the new Silverhawks wave's coming in soon too. I'm trying to grin and bear it through these last couple Super 7 waves that I need.
Post in stream chat.
Okay.
I couldn't.
Oh, it's our favorite dick kicker. It's our favorite dick kicker. It's Super Android 13.
Dick puncher.
That's right. He punches the dick. It wasn't the kick, it was the punch. Look, it's our boy. Oh, I'm actually really excited about this. I think I might
grabbed him and punched him.
You and your $30 haircut.
You and your $130 figure art? I don't know, I'm just guessing.
Right. I mean, he's gonna be Broly size, probably.
He's probably gonna be expensive. I want him though. I love that movie. Oh, I only love that. I do realize I only love that movie because of the dub. I want everyone to know because like that's true. We do need the trucker hat version. I watched it in both. I've watched it in dub and sub, and the sub version is just so dull. It's just so dull. It's just
a lot of the Dragon Ball Z movies are so dull. In subbed form, it's like hilarious.
Like I felt like the Android 13 actor in Japanese just kind of walked into the booth, said the lines, and walked away. Whereas like in the English dub, they were like, "Oh, this movie kind of sucks. Just punch it up however you want." And then he's just like, "Yeah, $30 haircut."
When does the movie over? When the fish jumps.
Case in point, that is a funny gag that the movie's over when the fish jumps. In Japanese, that scene is just silence. I don't even think they say anything. I don't remember there being anything. Should I go check?
I love how people are like, "Oh man, these dubs are horrible." Bro, those movies were boring. Some of them.
Like the thing is I think that like
my God.
there's a lot of dubbing issues with the show, but I think the English dubs for the Dragon Ball Z movies really help them out.
So. I think some people get too up and tight about the whole sub versus dub debate to this day. So
yeah, they do.
It's like no one's forced you to watch the dub. You don't like the dub, just stick with the Japanese.
What was that thing? There was I forget which video game it was where somebody was complaining about gender options in the game's like Twitter account.
Tamagotchi Life.
Not Tamagotchi Life. There was a game. I think it was Gears of War. Where the Twitter account replied to somebody and said, "You are in control of the buttons you push." Like basically, it's like just because it's there doesn't mean you have to use it. And it's the same thing with dubs. You don't have to listen to the dub just because it exists. If you love the sub version, love the sub version. If you love the dub version, love the dub version. There's only like a few dubs that are actually offensive, and
I do love
because of racism.
I do love Tamagotchi Life when they reveal the non-binary. Everyone's like, "Yes, Nintendo's woke."
I think my favorite part about that was that somebody pointed out like, and they just said they said male, female, and non-binary. They didn't go with like option A, B, or C, or option A, male attending, option B, female presenting, or option C, anything else you want. Like Nintendo usually throws in different terms of stuff, but yet that time they just went like,
listen. When they get option to be Godzilla, then they have my money.
I mean,
I love my
they
favorite,
use Mii's, so you get an option there.
my favorite part is some people say Tomodachi Life is the best romance drama because it literally is the romance drama in the
It really
Easter egg.
is. Also, Wheels, your TV's loud. Um.
Okay, that's not my. So it's dickhead across the room.
Well, we need to wrap up anyways. I was just gonna go check and see if the
There's-
fish jump was in. Let me.
That was an Android 13.
I
It
need
was,
to head
yeah.
off. Yeah, I need to head off.
Particularly the dub says.
Okay, everybody's
have-
uploaded that movie as the English dub, so I'll find out later. Nobody
Wait,
wants to put on the Japanese sub. Case in point. You guys ready to wrap up? I think we're ready to call it a day.
Yeah, I
fun.
need to wrap up now. I need to head off now. So you can follow me at Darko643 on YouTube and Blue Sky. I do archivations like the one you see very channel. Wanting, feel free to DM me at either Blue Sky or at Discord through Sounds Discord protocol. Link in the description below. Anyways, have a nice night, everybody.
See ya. Thanks, Ryan. It's funny, Blader just said during the Ghost in the Shell news, Crunchyroll's trying to get you to watch ghost stories that had notoriously bad, in a fun way, dub. That's true, and I think it was just because their algorithm was like, Ghost in the Shell. They must love ghosts. Ghost stories. Algorithms. Jerry, are you streaming tomorrow?
Yes. Streaming Persona 5, where we flipped the switch and we started talking about video games instead.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, it's like I get more lively there. Unless my other co-host goes on tangents.
I mean, we could always just have... We should have a tangent alarm.
Yeah, Alex.
We should have a tangent alarm on our streams. When we're off on a tangent that's not the subject we're talking about, we just need to hit a button.
Because I noticed, like here I'm fine, but like when it's my own stream and my eyes are glazing over, I'm like, and then Alex is like, why do you get irritable? Like, cause it's my own stream. I shouldn't glaze over in my own stream.
My favorite is
I
one
should be
time
talking
we
in
were
my
on a
own stream.
One of my favorite was we were on a stream one time, and Jerry said, "Alex, shut up. I want Wheels to go on the tangent, not you." Jerry's literally said, "No. I don't want to talk right now because I'm too busy focused on the damn game. Let Wheels talk. Screw you." Like I was like, and I just got there too. I literally was like, "Hey guys," and he just said, "Shut up, Wheels. It's time to talk." I'm like, I just got here.
You as
I know
well,
what we're talking
Cosmic
about.
Rejects. Have a good night. Yeah. That's true. Blader says Lincoln Car has a continuity alarm he's not using, and AR is on for tangent alarm. I think we should have one. It's just like a giant buzzer.
Tangent. Yeah, exactly.
We're going on too long. It's just a sound to wake us up and go, get back on topic.
That's at 4, and I did some of the boring stuff off-screen Sunday. So when we start tomorrow, going straight into story.
Awesome. That'll be fun times. Wheels, as already has said, Hero Club Live has talked about stuff, and we'll talk about stuff on Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. And also check out hero.club.com.
Because that's where you get a lot more information on stuff like the obscure stuff. Maybe you get some third-party stuff, and maybe you get talks about stuff like Titanic Creations, since the guy who actually owned Titanic Creations was like, yo, we got news, retweet, and I was like, cool, let's talk about it. Because Soundout's not the one who is connected to him. You can interview with us at HeroClub.com.
Yeah. Also, because I look at news like that, and then I'm like, I don't know what any of these monsters are, and then I move on.
Exactly. That's why me and Metal did it, because we actually know what they are.
Exactly. So, other than that, there'll be videos this week. Shorts.
I forgot what was.
Shorts are coming back this week because I got a ton of figure arts that came in. So you're just gonna see some figure art shorts, and if I have anything else I can slip in, I'll slip in, and it'll be fun times. So we'll see you guys next week for another stream, another fun experience, and yeah, see y'all next time.